Hello, Mid-Michigan, and welcome to McLean Stadium, Jeff Ishbia Field, on the campus of Michigan State University for state semifinal baseball. The 36-win Sacred Heart Academy Irish take on Royal Oak Shrine Catholic. The winner of this game moves on to the state finals tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Royal Oak Shrine won the coin toss. They are the home team for this one, which means Sacred Heart Academy will start at the plate. And on the bump for the Irish is going to be Mr. Nate Gator Siler. On the bump for Royal Oak Shrine is going to be Mr. Nate Elba. So we got a pair of Nates battling it out in the circle. I expect this one to be a fantastic game. Royal Oak Shrine Catholic plays in a really, really tough league down in the Detroit Catholic area, or the Detroit Catholic League, I'll just say, something like that. But Sacred Heart Academy, the schedule they've played this year, you throw in the Freelands, you throw in the Shepherds, you throw in the Beale Cities, the teams that they have played this year, they are ready for this action. That's why they played such a tough schedule this year, was to be ready for this type of game. And on the other side of the bracket, you've got Marcellus and Painesdale Jefferson. I think a lot of people you talk to here at East Lansing, whoever wins this game is going to be the big favorite in the state championship. Starting lineup for the Irish of Sacred Heart Academy. Leading things off, number 3, playing third base, the Flying Z, Mr. Noah Zion. Out in center field, wearing number 5, batting in the 2 spot, Mr. Tegan Duffy. Batting in the 3 spot, Mr. Brady Davis. He will be playing at first base in this one. Mr. Hank MacDonald Gator Siler batting in the cleanup spot. He will be on the bump for this one. Behind him, Hank MacDonald hitting in the 5 spot. He'll be behind the plate here, catching for his buddy, Mr. Nate Siler. And then after that, you've got Jackson Moore, who's playing at shortstop. Brody Collin after Hank MacDonald, playing second base, wearing number 1, batting in the 6th spot. Batting in the 7th spot, wearing number 7, the shortstop, Jackson Moore. Batting in the 8th spot, Maxim Boykin-Lynch, number 15, playing out in right field. And the DH batting in the 9 hole, Caleb Strow. And he is hitting for Nico Vasquez, who's playing out in left field. Oh, boy, it's state championship baseball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. I have had the pleasure of already seeing 4 baseball state championships in my time at Mid-Michigan Sports Network, my 104.3 and Buck 92, going all the way back to when Kurt Wilson was still calling the games, and the Mount Pleasant Oilers and Aaron Lazier and the crew won. Then it was Brett Upton and the crew, and then, we had the back-to-back championships led by Caden Smith, Josh Wilson, Brad Ancliffe, and those are great Beale City teams. Going to have another dynasty here on us because one of these 2 pitchers, Gator Siler, will be back next year. It's Sacred Heart Academy, Royal Oak Shrine, state semifinal baseball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Again, you've heard from me a lot this year talking Sacred Heart Academy baseball, so I think you'd rather hear from some of the kids. And so we're going to set it out to a commercial break. Then you're going to hear from Brady Davis, Brody Collin, Hank MacDonald, and Noah Zion as we talk about their playoff run getting to this point, how much it means to them do this together. And then after that, we got that little hype video. If you're not ready for the action, this hype video will get you ready. It's Sacred Heart Academy. It's Royal Oak Shrine Catholic. First pitch coming up at 9 a.m. You're listening to the Woods Household pregame show here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Also loved Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Wieferich Financial, Clark Modular Homes, The Bird, All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, Gates Drilling and Service, and Barbary Logs. Said time for a break here. Woods Household pregame show. When we come back, my conversation with those 3 seniors from Sacred Heart Academy, and Mr. Hank MacDonald has been playing his whole life with these seniors as well. And then we'll have that hype video. Then we'll come back, get you ready for first pitch. Sacred Heart Academy, Royal Oak Shrine, a trip to the state championship on the line here at Michigan State University. Back with more Woods Household pregame show right after this.
Local schools and the power of teamwork, shining a light on the hard work and dedication that is often overlooked. This partnership allows us to celebrate not just wins on the field, but character and leadership along the way. At the end of the day, it's about investing in our youth, strengthening our communities, and carrying forward Maryland's spirit of giving. To learn more about the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund and the events we support, find us on Facebook by searching Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund. Go Blue Jays.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. comfortable mattresses that last for years, flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher Day or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Malley Construction in Mount Pleasant are experts in residential and commercial construction. From poured walls, flat work, pipe work, and road work, Malley Construction does it all. And they are Michigan Department of Transportation pre-qualified. Malley Construction is family-owned and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant. Hiring a cleaning service doesn't mean you're lazy. Martinez Cleaning knows it means you value your time and want to come home and relax and not worry about the mess. Martinez Cleaning allows you to do just that. Come home and relax to a nice clean home. Schedule your appointment and learn more by visiting Martinez Cleaning on Facebook or call today at 989-289-8615. Wednesday with Holton, you look at records and it looked like you guys were big favorites, and it did go that way. Brady, you and Noah, I think it was you two guys that combined for that win, right? You guys just absolutely shut them down. Talk about how that went on Wednesday with Holton. We'll start with you, Noah.
We knew that they would not be to level Beal, but it's still a playoff game. Anything can happen, and we just wanted to do our work early. Our bats started slow, but we got there and we won the game, and that's all we got to do in the postseason.
Yep. Brody, what do you remember about that game Wednesday, or does it seem like kind of a blur almost now?
It's a little bit of a blur, but I just remember going into it, like thinking that we were going to win, but still having to go in there and play our game of baseball, and it worked out.
Yep, and their pitcher was pretty good the first time through against you guys. Second time, you guys kind of had him down, it seemed like. What do you remember about that game Wednesday, Hank?
Yeah, we kind of walked in there, weren't taking it as seriously, and then, the first two innings happened, but we were still, hitting the ball well, so it was you knew we were eventually just going to break through and start scoring a bunch of runs. So
yep, Brady shut him down again in that. What do you remember about that game? I think he had 8 strikeouts in 4 innings or something like that, 2 per.
Yeah, we did end up winning by a lot, but it's still a playoff game. You can't take it seriously because it's baseball and anything can happen. We saw in the first 2 innings it was close. I think it was 0-0 or something like that. But that's why you always got to take it serious because anything can really happen in baseball.
Now moving to Saturday, first kind of random question here. Would you guys rather play that 10 o'clock game or that 12:30 and be able to continue to play out there? What would you guys rather do personally?
I would definitely rather play back-to-back. I don't like sitting for 2 hours. Even though it allows you to get food, I don't like it.
Yeah, you'd rather grab a granola bar in the dugout and get a big meal afterwards kind of a thing. Brody, What about you?
Yeah, I would rather play the back-to-back game.
Hank?
Yeah, definitely the back-to-back. I saw St. Pat's up there trying to do anything to find shade. They were sitting under the bathroom hut. I'm yeah, it's way better to just keep rolling.
Brady?
I think, okay, I'm going to not try to sound different here, but I kind of would rather have a game in between because, I think it gives guys a time to cool off a little bit, go sit in the AC a little bit because it was really exhausting after being in heat the first game. Then you got to play back-to-back games. So I thought we were a little more tired, but, it's nice not having to re-warm up again and just getting something to eat.
Yeah, and for you it might be a little bit different because you're either pitching one game or the other game, and so you maybe want a little bit of time then kind of deal. And my key to victory versus Fulton was to get up early. You guys did exactly that. When I guess it would have been the top of the bird, but coming back out second inning, you got that 4-run lead. How much different of a mindset do you have when you got a crooked number lead, I'll say?
Yeah, I feel like my confidence is a lot higher. I feel like my guys got me on the offensive side of things, and I feel more comfortable, and I feel kind of more confident and go out and do my thing, so I think it helps a lot.
Yep, and did you guys feel that same thing? We've already beaten this team twice. We got to jump on them. We can't let them hang around, otherwise they're going to gain some confidence. Again, they're really good, 26-6 record. 4 of their 6 losses were to you guys and Portland St. Pat's. It's just kind of crazy, but is that something you felt, Noah? Just kind of jump on them right away, and we should be okay in this one.
Yeah. I feel comfortable behind Brady and Gator in the field. So once we get a couple runs, I feel very comfortable for the rest of the game.
Brody, Hank, got to start with this one. Take us through the collision here. For people who don't know, there was a pop-up down the first baseline. Brody and Hank were both going for it. I think I made the joke on the broadcast that if you'd have left the catcher's helmet on, Brody, you'd have probably been fine. But kind of take us through that play in your mind there, Hank.
Yeah, it didn't go as far as I thought. Like, I tracked a long ways. I had no idea he was right there. And I didn't really, say anything loud at all. And, yeah, it just left him a few stitches in the eye.
Yeah.
So.
What do you remember about that play, Brody?
Oh, I just remember looking up and I was like, oh, probably should go get that. And then just didn't communicate, and it didn't work out for me.
Heat of the moment kind of thing. You guys are both going for that foul ball really, really hard because those are so important to catch because it can't hurt you if it drops the ground. Or the only thing it can do hurt you is if it drops the ground, you give the guy another chance. But I think it was Dr. Carey I was supposed to give a shout out. Coach Sanders said. But talk about for you. It might be a bit of a blur, but what happened? You had to leave. You went to the hospital. Can you take us through that process of what happened here?
Yeah. So I get up off of the ground and the Fulton coach is like. He's freaking out. I was like, what's going on? And then
so you didn't even know you had some blood spewing.
No, and then I went to the dugout, put a towel on it. The trainer put a Band-Aid on it, and then Dr. Sanders' wife, she works at the hospital, and she got me a room. And so I walked in there, and they had all the stuff, and I laid down. They numbed it real quick, gave me 7 stitches, and set me on my way. And I was back in the 5th inning of that.
You're back in the 5th inning of that first game. So for you guys in the dugout, how cool was that moment? How much of a pump-up was that when he comes walking back in the dugout, Brady?
Oh, it was amazing. I loved seeing him back, and we were all happy he's back, and he was ready to go. So he's a real trooper for that. He got 7 stitches mid-game and came back, and it felt like he wasn't gone for that long either. It just kind of felt like he's back already.
Yeah, I think it was a half hour that he was gone. Again, shout out to all the doctors and everything that made that happen. Hank, for you, when he comes walking back in, what was going through your mind?
I was glad I didn't knock him out for game 2. I was I kind of would have felt bad if he had to miss game 2. And that would have hurt our team a lot too. So
yeah, and I don't think he was going to miss game 2, but no, when he comes walking in, what was going through your mind?
I didn't see him walk in. I just go back to the dugout and I see him. I'm like, oh, Brody's already back, so this is good.
What's up, dude? Yeah. And I always talk about what you learn playing high school sports that, you can't learn in the classroom. And I think that was one of those moments of, you're doing something bigger than yourself, Brody, and you had to get back there. Is that kind of what was in your mind of I have to be there for my team?
Yeah, it's just a mentality that we have around here. It's you're playing for something bigger than yourself. I'm playing for the guys around me and playing for the coaches and playing for the people in the stands too. So.
Yep, and you came back and did a great job in that second game at Portland St. Pat's. First thoughts, just looking back at that game, Brady. Thinking back on that game.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite baseball game I ever played in my life. So I thought, it was probably the peak excitement I've ever felt. And I thought it was amazing to win that and making the final out. And I remember stepping up first, and I was just super happy and it was. Oh, I love that. Love that feeling.
Yeah, Hank?
Yeah, I kind of agree. That was probably the most excited I've ever been. You go back and watch the video, you can see so many people, how the dugout rushes the field, all the kids jump the fence, the coaches are getting excited, everyone in the stands, we're throwing our stuff everywhere.
Did Earl jump the fence?
No.
And what about you, Brody? Getting that last out was going through your mind?
Yeah, I saw him hit a grounder to Davis. I was like, oh, I already know he has that. And so I take my hat off, and I'm running. I see him step on first. I was so happy. I go up and celebrate with him. It was great.
Noah?
There's 2 moments in that game where I just felt the momentum. And the first one is when Gator would pick off and our bench would go absolutely nuts, even if it wasn't a close play. And then the second moment is standing on second when Brady hit a missile off the bat. I turn around, see the center fielder running straight back, and that just relief and sprinting around the bases.
Yeah, he bombed that one and said bounced up against the wall. And I was afraid that they were going to make it a ground rule double because there was the fence and then the black, but the umpires were on it quick saying, no, that's a part of the wall. And so both runners were able to come across. And now talk a little bit about Siler, Nate, Mr. Gator, number 1 team in the state. They had 6 base runners. They had 2 base runners once. one time. And you could say a guy maybe leaned into one a little bit too. He also struck out 10 in a 7-inning game to the number one team. Thoughts on his performance, Noah?
I mean, it's impressive. To deal with the front of the lineup against St. Pat's is pretty difficult, and I thought he handled it very well. And he's been doing it all year, so it's impressive, but it's also not surprising to me seeing him perform every game he plays.
Brody?
Yeah, it's just his mentality is great. Like, he just goes up there and he's like, I don't care who I'm facing, I'm going to play my game, and you're going to have to beat him. So,
yeah, that's the perfect mentality, especially going into a game like that with Portland St. Pat's. If you can pitch your best game and lose, because they're really stinking good. So, Hank, what about you?
Yeah, it's just really fun to see how he was ready for the moment. And we all know we wanted to get that one after last year. We kind of feel like we let it slip away a little bit, that long 12-inning game, and then you could just see it. He wasn't going to let that happen again. The first inning, they get the leadoff guy on. I don't know if he got to third, but he got to second and then strikes out the 3-4 hole right away. That just kind of set the tone early, I thought.
Yeah, Brady?
Oh, he's an absolute beast. I mean, he's cold-blooded. I could see in his eyes he wanted it so bad, and he was just locked in, so I knew I love his mentality, and he's just so mentally tough, and I just knew we had that in the bag when I saw him. I just saw his face.
Yeah, but now got to ask you guys about Mr. Davis at the plate. He drove in 3 of the 4 runs in that game. How big was that, Noah?
Yeah, the walks before that were really big for us. So it's difficult to walk someone in a post game and feel comfortable on the mound. But Brady took the opportunity and hit a rocket. So that's very difficult to do in a high intensity game.
Yeah, Brody.
yeah, it was amazing. It was like a tone setter after he hit those. It's like, oh, wow, we're going to do this. And then kind of wish we weren't playing at CMU. Any other field.
That was gone. I think you are correct, man. That would have been out of there. What about you, Hank?
It was great to see. Once we got those runs and got up ahead, it was kind of like a weight lifted off our shoulders almost. Like we were playing more free after that. Like we felt more confident. It just gave us a huge momentum swing.
And when you hit that drive out to center field, I mean, I imagine as soon as you saw that center fielder turn, you knew it was going to be well over his head. But what's that feeling like? I've never hit a baseball like that. What's that feeling like?
Well, that's probably the hardest hit ball I've hit in my whole high school career. So
good time for it, baby.
Yeah. So I kind of knew off the bat when I hit it. It was a 3-run count, and I was hunting fastball, and he threw me a fastball, kind of middle, and I just swung really hard at it. I pieced it, so I was super hype, and I loved getting my teammates hype, and I thought that was a huge momentum change for the game, and that kind of helped us feel a lot more comfortable and bounce back after giving up that run that inning. So, teammates were hyped, dugout was hype, and the fans were cheering. So I thought that was great. It was amazing.
Hank, you're done with school now. You're out of school. Did you still have school last week?
No, we got out day before districts.
Oh, you got a day before districts. All right, so you guys are all in the same boat. I know talking with the Beale City guys a couple years ago, this is a really special time of year. It's just ball for you guys. How much fun are you having right now, Noah?
I'm having a lot of fun. Don't have to worry about anything and just go out and play baseball. That's all it is.
Yep. Brody?
Yeah, it was a little weird getting used to, waking up a little later, but yeah, I like it. It's fun.
Yep. Hank?
Yeah, it's like Brody said, it's different. We've been practicing at noon, and then I think we're gonna have a 9 a.m. practice just to get used to the game time that we got on Friday morning.
I think that's a really good idea to do one of those as well. But yeah, and Brady, what's it like for you?
Oh, I love it. It's peak times. It's just having fun playing baseball, and I great memories.
I make the joke, is it Friday yet? You know what I mean, kind of thing. How excited are you guys for this Friday to be able to go down and play at Michigan State University?
Oh, it's like one of my biggest dreams, and I'm so happy to be able to go down there and get an opportunity. Great group of guys. My last year to do it, and so making it happen is so special to me, and it means so much.
Hank?
Yeah, it's like I was talking to Duffy. It's like we've been talking about this for so long. Like when you play with the same group of guys for 10, 12 years, we all have been, we've all grown up around each other. Everyone's been here for pretty much the whole time. So it's really cool that you get to experience with this group.
Brody?
Yeah, this is like every high school baseball player's dream, and we're on the track to live in it.
Yep. Noah?
Yeah, it's super exciting, but I think the moment will really hit me when I walk out on that field. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yep, and Royal Oak Shrine Catholic, Friday, 9 a.m. at MSU. And obviously I want people to tune in to me on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, but you can listen to me in the stands. You can listen to me later. I've talked about a bunch of you guys in the playoffs. Noah, how important is it for there to be a big crowd of red and white there?
I mean, any game could be our last, and for our seniors, there's not many more left. So if you want to go see some Irish baseball, tune in.
Yep. Brody?
Yeah, seeing some red and white in the stands, it's powerful, that you're playing for more than yourself, and you're playing for the people in the stands, so it gives you something extra to play for.
Yep, Hank.
Yeah, we'd love to see a huge crowd Friday. I mean, that's just like a big boost when you see like how many people come to support you. And being at MSU, like I remember the basketball games, we had that place filled up. Like it was. So hopefully we get a crowd like that for the baseball game too.
Yep, Brady.
Yeah, seeing the fans just makes you realize how much the community roots for you, and it's just something to play for, and it's great. I love it. Love having the support.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for taking some time to chat with me. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, one final thing. If you guys win this game, you guys will have more wins than any other Sacred Heart baseball team in the history. I don't know if that's something you guys knew, but shout out to Earl for always having all that stuff. I went, 95, I think had 36 wins, and that's where you guys are at right now. And so pretty darn awesome stuff happening Friday. Brady, Hank, Brody, Noah, thank you guys so much for joining me. Really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Wieferich Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Wieferich Financial. Wieferich Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WieFrichFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Wieferich Financial, member SIPC. Martinez Painting, Central Michigan's trusted painting professionals. They specialize in both interior and exterior jobs for your home and business. No matter how big or how small the job, they transform any space with quality and precision. Learn more by visiting Martinez Painting on Facebook today or give them a call at 989-317-5536. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Imagine a home that reflects your style. With WW Construction, that dream will become a reality. As a trusted Mid-Michigan builder, WW Construction specializes in builds and remodels that turn ordinary spaces into extraordinary ones. Join the growing family of homeowners who trust WW Construction for quality and craftsmanship. Call WW Construction today at 989-621-2722 to make your dreams a reality. Baseball. It's the first team sport. It's where friendships and dreams of championships are born. The 36-win Irish are turning those dreams to reality.
Yeah, this is like every high school baseball player's dream, and we're on the track to living it.
They are conference champions, district champions, regional champions, and after besting Portland St. Pat's in the state quarterfinals, they are headed to states. This one smoked out to center field from Brady Davis. It's over the center fielder's head. Over the wall, drops back into play. Rounding third is Zion. Rounding third is Duffy. Holding up at third with the 2 RBI triple is Brady Davis. That was the first pitch they had back. They look to drop down to bunt. It's a good one. They look to get the throw home. It's in time. Siler to MacDonald. Put in play towards first. Davis fields it. Over to first in time for the out. 4-2. Sacred Heart Academy is victorious as they run on the field and absolutely mob each other because they're headed to the state semifinals at East Lansing next Friday.
It's like one of my biggest dreams. I'm so happy to be able to go in there and get an opportunity. Great group of guys. My last year to do it, and so making it happen is so special to me, and it means so much.
there's only one more trophy to win. For those seniors, this is it. You've played all the baseball possible. Literally, time to leave it on the field. It's also the last time you'll be able to compete with your best friends.
I was talking to Duffy. It's like we've been talking about this for so long. Like when you play with the same group of guys for like 10, 12 years, like we all have been, like we've all grown up around each other. Everyone's been here for the whole time. So it's really cool that you get to experience with this group.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to McLean Stadium at Michigan State University. We're coming back just in time for the national anthem, so we're going to send it out to another quick break here. When we come back, first pitch, Sacred Heart, Royal Oak Shrine, state semifinal baseball coming up on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Let's go Irish.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Blockco Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blockco Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Block Electric Company in Wademan has been powering Michigan for over 30 years. There's no job too big or too small for Block Electric Company, like an entire school or something simple at the home, like making sure the outdoor lighting, thermostat, or ceiling fan is installed professionally. Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric Company, and go Aggies.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction, and thanks so much for tuning into that Woods Household pregame show. Best seat in the house brought to you by Woods Household Appliance. It is those umpires out there, and boy, Do we need more officials in the Michigan, mid-Michigan area, Michigan in general? To get involved being a referee, go to MHSA.com and check out that Be the Referee tab. It's not bad pay. You get to stay involved in local high school sports, and if you're doing some running out there, get yourself in shape a little bit as well. But if you're like me and you're not a big runner, baseball, you don't got to do a whole lot of moving. Track and field, there are some really easy opportunities out there, I will even say, when it comes to officiating high school sports. And again, the best view in the house, brought to you by Woods House Appliance. Always those officials. Also love J&J Auto, Blockco Pools and Spas, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Here we go. State semifinal baseball. Noah Zion leading things off, facing Nate Alba on the bump for Royal Oak Shrine Catholic, who comes into this game at 26-8. The Irish come in at 36-4-1. First pitch is going to be on the outside corner to Noah Zion. And in the past, when I've been down here at these state finals games, that strike zone is about the tightest you're going to see all year long. So you got to be over the plate to make sure you get the calls down here at Michigan State University, or at least that's the way it's been in the past. That one's inside of Noah Zion. He'll take it 1-1. And when Zion's got on base this year, and early in the year, it was about 80% clip that he came around to score if he got on base. Probably dropped down to about 72 now or so, but still just absolutely amazing. If you can get the flying Z on base, he's got a really good chance to make it all the way around. Here comes the 1-1. That's going to miss high from Nate Alba. 2-1. Another thing, if you're Sacred Heart Academy, you always want to be the home team, but starting off in the field could be a little bit difficult out there. You're the first one in this semifinal game that has to field a grounder. Could be a little nerves out there for Royal Oak Shrine. Here comes the 2-1 to Noah Zion. It also goes for the pitcher out there on the bump as well, Nate Alba. That one's going to be taken for a strike. Count now 2-2. Zion still yet to swing the bat here at this plate appearance, as the count is now 2-2. Speedy third baseman, superstar from the basketball team, the all-time leading scorer for Sacred Heart Academy Hoops, steps back in, awaits the 2-2 pitch from Nate Alba. Alba on the bump, winds it, deals. The right, this one's going to be put in play towards first base, fielded cleanly over there by Robinson in time for the out. And that's the play I was talking about right there. Nice job by Robinson for Royal Oak Shrine to be able to get that out and make sure it's a sure out as well. That's Luke Robinson with the play over there at first base for Royal Oak Shrine Catholic. That'll bring Tegan Duffy to the plate. And with Siler on the bump, he's been so unbelievable all year. We'll go back to last year as well, too. He's probably given up a total of maybe 4 or 5. It's less than 10 earned runs that he's given up in 2 years as a starting pitcher for Sacred Heart Academy, even with the insane record that they played this year. So if you get him a 1-run lead before he even takes the bump, that'd be a big deal. Tegan Duffy now steps in. First one is going to miss 1-0. The count to the center fielder for Sacred Heart Academy. Duffy digs back in. Open stance. He's got that right foot at the back of the batter's box on the right side. He's going to take that one as well. 2-0 now the count to Mr. Tegan Duffy. Brady Davis on deck, the leading hitter for Sacred Heart Academy, a .568 batting average, I think it was, in the regular season, with a .630 on base percentage. And definitely, even with that great catcher, Sean Murphy behind the plate, this one's going to be put in play, popped up towards right field. Tough play out there. It's going to get down for a hit. Graveline can't make the play. It goes up on the hill, rounding second, heading for third is Duffy. The throw is going to be in time, so he slides back in. It's going to be a double out there for Tegan Duffy again. We've got the whole scoreboard viewable here. Will that be an error? Will that be a hit? I'm not sure, but you now have a runner in scoring position for your leading batter on the season, and Mr. Brady Davis, as number 11, steps up to the left side. And Graveline went to make the play, kind of going towards the foul line out in right field for Royal Oak Shrine. Got out of his glove. Again, it would have been a really amazing catch if he had brought it in. Do they rule it an error? Nope, they rule that one a hit. I cannot blame him because that one was smashed by Duffy. And then when it went up on the hill, that's what allowed Duffy to turn from first and go to second base. Almost thought about going to third, but Graveline did a fantastic job getting it in quickly. Now Duffy at the plate, 1 out. Top of the first inning, the Irish already threatening with a runner in scoring position after Tegan Duffy's double to right field. Brady Davis is going to take the first pitch. It's on the outside corner for a strike. Nate Siler due up next. Hank MacDonald behind him. Hank MacDonald this year set the all-time RBI record for Sacred Heart Academy baseball in a season. Again, you think about Grady Perrette, Scott Perrette, some of the great baseball players they've had in the past. Nobody has had more RBI in a season than Mr. MacDonald. Here comes the 0-1. It's going to be lined up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. Duffy's going to really have to get on his horse if he wants to come home. Here comes the throw. It's cut off at the pitcher. Coming in to scores, Tegan Duffy. Back safely to first base. The RBI single is Brady Davis. His bat continues to be as hot as a Blocko jacuzzi here in the playoffs. A little J&J Auto collision report here in the top of the first inning as the Irish are on the board, a 1-0. Double from Tegan Duffy. Drove in by Brady Davis. Duffy got a bad jump there. He had to make sure that ball wasn't caught out in center field. But as he turned third base, the throw was cut off by the pitcher. I don't think the throw would have been on line anyway. The Irish are up 1-0 here in the top of the first inning with the superstar Gator Siler now at the plate. Brady Davis with a healthy lead away from first. First pitch is going to be on the outside corner for strike one. 1-0, Sacred Heart Academy with the lead. Back-to-back hits here in the top of the first inning. The double from Duffy. The RBI single from Brady Davis. Here comes the 0-1, 10-8 Siler. That's going to be down the middle for strike two. Maybe a little inside. Siler didn't necessarily like to call, having a little communication with the umpire right now. And it's great communication to have if you're Nate Siler at the plate because you're going to be on the mound here in just a couple moments. 0-2 the count to Siler as he digs back in on the right side. He's not a guy who's afraid to be down 0-2. Could still put something here in play. Could put one over the wall. 340 out to left center and right center. This one's a high fly ball out to right field. It's going to be a tough play. Coming in to make the catch is Graveline now looking to double up at first base, but back safely is Brady Davis. Nice play out there from Graveline. So it's the second time they've had a tough one out there for him. We had to show his range. First time he wasn't able to bring it in. This time he's able to bring it in now. Hank MacDonald steps to the plate. Again, he is the all-time RBI leader in a single season for Sacred Heart Academy this year. Stepping in is MacDonald, batting from the right side, wearing number 9. Behind the plate in this one, playing catcher for his buddy Gator Siler. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be high, 1-0. I believe it's 67 RBI now on the year for Mr. MacDonald. What a year he has had. And he's somebody who will be back next year with Nate Siler playing all three of the ball sports, football, basketball, and baseball. And whether it's football or baseball, I think he's got college in his future, whichever one he chooses to do. He's going to take that one as well. It's 2-0. And with the speed of Brady Davis at first base, one to the gap here could definitely score that run, especially you've got the hill out here in center field and right field. And Red Cedar River just beyond right field. They kind of got a berm out there to make sure things never flood into the field. Here comes the 2-0 from Hank MacDonald. Big cut that time. MacDonald swinging for the fence on that one. It's 2-1. A nice pitch there from Nate Alba. Nate Alba on the bump. Sean Murphy behind the plate. Robinson at first. Bellows at second. Barbado at short. Polton at third, Imai out in left field, Archibald in center, and Graveline out in the right field for Royal Oak Shrine. Here comes the 2-1 to Hank MacDonald. Brady Davis leads away from first base. Another cut that time, swinging through it is MacDonald. 2-2 now the count. Irish already up 1-0 here in this one. Behind the double from Tegan Duffy and the single to drive him in from Brady Davis on back-to-back hits. Davis leads away from first. 2-2 the count to Hank MacDonald. 2 outs, top of the first inning. Whole lot of twos up there. Brought to you by Bo Guybang and Bradley, my main man, Aiden Mandel. That one fouled off. Pitch number 6 of the at-bat upcoming here. Also loved a Powell Frame and Collision, Martinez Lawn Care, Martinez Painting and Martinez Cleaning, Mount Pleasant Public Schools, Dick Sova Auto Sales, Brickner and Bunker, Farm Beer Insurance Group, Block Electric Company, The Diner, WW Construction, All Seasons Fireworks, Pure Plumbing, Hanging by a Thread at GNS Mechanical, and the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund. Here comes the 2-2. There goes Davis. This one's smoked out to left field. It's going to be over the left fielder's head. It's up against the wall. What a bomb from Hank MacDonald. J&J Auto Collision Report. Brady Davis is in to score, and MacDonald is jacked up at second base after the RBI double. Woo, boy, that one was absolutely bombed out to left field, just below the Big Ten logo that you can actually see in the bottom half of the scoreboard. We actually almost accidentally showed you some action there. That's how much of a bomb that was from Hank MacDonald as he adds to his all-time RBI total for the season. Now 68 on the year. That is going to be a tough record to break. So here in the top of the first inning, the Irish are now up 2-0 behind 3 hits, a double from Tegan Duffy, an RBI single from Brady Davis, and then an RBI double from Hank MacDonald. Oh, boy. You talk about the Mumford Oil and Gas Supply drill of the game, that J&J Auto Collision Report. What a hammer right there from Hank MacDonald to drive in Brady Davis from first. And Davis didn't have to wait. As soon as that ball was hit, you knew it was over the left fielder's head. The only question was going to be, will it carry over the fence? And not quite, as it went up the wall between the 340 mark on the foul line and that Big Ten logo, as Brody Collin now stands back in. He takes the first pitch. It's 0-1. Lead away for Jack McConnell out at second base. So that's Walt McDonald actually out there running for his older brother, Hank MacDonald. That one's taken by Brody Collin, 1-1. Brody Collin, still a big at-bat right here, a chance to drive in a run. As I mentioned, Gator Siler, maybe 10 earned runs in his 2 years starting for Sacred Heart Academy, his sophomore, his junior year. He's going to have a 2-run lead hanging out of the bump. He'd love for it to be 3, but what a start here for the Irish. Breakfast and baseball on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Brody Collin checks the swing that time. Doesn't matter. They're going to say it was over, 1-2. Freshman Jackson Moore is on deck. Freshman Maxim Boykin-Lynch behind him. And the DH, Caleb Stroud, rounding out the lineup. Then we're back to the top of the order. Getting that sign is Nate Alba. Alba checks that runner at second base. Haven't seen any throws trying to throw anybody out from Alba with all the guys on the base pass. Big cut that time from Collin, who'll foul it off. Count will remain 1-2. And you hear the Stand Alive from the Bee Gees over the loudspeaker here, as I kind of drop that reference every once in a while. It makes me kind of chuckle. Nate Alba back on the bump. Sean Murphy calling the signals behind the plate for Royal Oak Shrine. They already trail our Irish 2-0 here in the top of the first inning on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Alba checks the runner. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be over the head of Brody Collin. And the joke, Brad Ancliffe, says wear it, but you don't want them to wear it when they're going to wear it in the helmet. 2-2 now the count. Collin steps out, steps back in. Whole lot of twos out there. Get another shot to Bogwai, Bangam, Bradley. Mike Zion, Aiden Mandel, Ryan Bogue, and the crew. Here comes the 2-2 to Collin. He's going to take that one. They're going to ring him up on the outside corner for strike 3. But 2 runs are across on 3 hits for Sacred Heart Academy. They lead it 2-0 before Nate Gator Siler even comes out onto the bump for the Irish. We're back with the bottom of the first inning right after this. The Irish with a 2-0 lead heading to the bottom of the first inning on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Also loved Kenneth Egger, DDS, the Fisher Companies, Gross Farms, and Brad Gross Electric. Shavers, Bait, and Sporting Goods, almost up north, Stitches for Britches, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Thomas McCann, and the crew at Boomer's Lawn Care, Barry Funeral Home, Dog Central, Sydney's Judge's Bench, the Beale City Village Store, Smith & Sons, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, the Isabella Community Sportsplex, Martin Ice Arena, Morey Gymnastics Center and Morey Courts, CNC Enterprises, your home for all things Red Wing and Irish Setter boots, and your Carhartt headquarters. And also love the Dance Again Dress Consignment Shop in Wademan. Gator Siler taking a moment, say a quick prayer before he steps onto the bump for Sacred Heart Academy, as he does before every start. And the regular season stats that I had for him, 124 strikeouts to 7 walks. Yes, I will say that again. Siler, that might have been coming into districts, coming into regionals, 124 strikeouts to 7 walks. That is elite as you will get for a high school pitcher in a walk-to-strikeout ratio. That's in about 68 innings, so he averages around 2 strikeouts per inning. First pitch is going to be over the inside part of the plate, and you send him out here with a 2-run lead in the state semifinals. He's ready to work. He's going to work quickly. Here comes the 0-1. That's also over the inside part of the plate, and that's the thing with Siler. You want to go up there and be patient as a hitter because it's hard to throw strikes in high school baseball. But Siler, he will mow you down if you do that. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Barbado quickly down on strikes. Woo, woo, woo. 2-0 Sacred Heart Academy here in the bottom of the first inning. If you're just joining us, replay that top of the first inning. Noah Zion grounded out to first. Tegan Duffy doubled. Then he was drove in on an RBI single from Brady Davis. Then Siler flew out to right field. Hank MacDonald then hit an RBI double. He was stranded at second after Brody Collin went down on strikes. First pitch swinging for Blake Archibald. It's 0-1. Again, I imagine these guys in that Catholic League and metro area down in Detroit, they may have seen a pitcher or two like Gator Siler, but in Division IV, when you got a guy throwing 90+, you don't see it a whole lot. And he's ready to work very, very quickly here again. On the outside corner, strike 3. That's 6 strikes. That's 2 punch-outs. Gator, Siler, and I don't want to say the immaculate ending, but you get 2 3-strike punch-outs here in the state semifinals. Watch out. Luke Robinson now steps to the plate. Robinson digging in on the left side. He is the center, he plays first base here for Royal Oak Shrine. Siler ready to work quickly there. Tell him to hold up there for a moment, kid. You're working a little too quick as Robinson needs another moment. Robinson steps in on the left side of the box. As soon as he puts down the arm, Siler ready to throw. It's going to be grounded towards second base. Collin charging. He'll make the play. Over to first in time. 3 up, 3 down for Sacred Heart Academy here in the top of the first inning. And boy, they're making it look easier right now, but we've got a long way to go in this one. 2-0 Sacred Heart Academy with the lead. Again, it was a double. It was an RBI single and an RBI double to get the Irish on the board in the top of the first inning. They've actually got 4 hits on the board right now. That's incorrect. It should be 3 hits up there for the Irish right now behind those 2 runs. Keep it right here as we head to the second inning. What a start for Sacred Heart Academy. Breakfast in baseball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. You come out in the top of the first inning. You get a 1-out double from Tegan Duffy. He's immediately drove in by Brady Davis. And then Hank MacDonald with the bomb out the left field, smashing the baseball up against the wall in between the 340 mark and the Big Ten logo. Again, you can just barely see the Big Ten logo. I guess I got to zoom out a little bit because you can see our logos there. But if I zoom out for a second, you'll see that Big Ten logo there. As I zoom it back in, that is how much he smashed that baseball. If that would have been at any high school field, it would have been long gone. Matter of fact, if he'd have hit that 10 more feet, he may have landed in the softball field here at Michigan State University. That's how much of a bomb Hank MacDonald had, that RBI double to drive in Brady Davis. It's 2-0 Sacred Heart Academy. It's 7-8-9 due up for the Irish, brought to you by our friends at Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Wieferich Financial, Woods Household Appliance, and Clark Modular Homes. Jackson Moore, the shortstop. Maxim Boykin Lynch, the right fielder. And Caleb Stroud, the DH, due up for Sacred Heart Academy. If anybody gets on base and they turn it back over to the top of the lineup, we'll see the Flying Z, Mr. Noah Zion, step to the plate here in the second inning. What a start for Coach Hartman, Coach McDonald, Coach Sanders, and the crew. 2-0 here in the top of the second inning. Pair of doubles in the first inning. One from Tegan Duffy, one from Hank MacDonald, sprinkling a single from Brady Davis. 2 runs on 3 hits for Sacred Heart Academy in that first inning. They do got correct up there on the scoreboard now. Now stepping to the plate is Jackson Moore. He's a freshman, but not your typical freshman. Started at quarterback a bunch this year for the playoff Sacred Heart Academy football team. Also played a bunch basketball season as well. I don't want to call him the 6th man, but he came in and played quite a bit for the Irish in a big role for a freshman. So he is not scared. He is ready to be here in this situation. Pops this one up down the first baseline. Luke Robinson looking to make the play, and he's going to bounce off his glove over in foul territory. And those are the types of plays right there that you cannot make here at the state semifinals when you're going up against an elite Sacred Heart Academy team. When you have a chance to get those outs, you need to make it happen. It could have been called an error on the Tegan Duffy bomb out to right field. Again, maybe getting his glove on it was Graveline, but it was a hard hit ball going towards the berm out in right field. So give credit for the double for Tegan Duffy, but that one should have been caught in foul territory as Moore steps back to the plate. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's going to be taken high. 1-2 now the count. Nate Alba back to the bump. And again, the one thing you always wonder, I believe Alba's going to Northern Ohio to pitch next year, and so it does appear that Royal Oak Shrine is throwing their ace today. You can't really say that for Sacred Heart Academy because you got two of them with Gator Siler and Brady Davis. So one popped out to right field again trying to make a play in foul territory. It's going to get down once again. That's the second time they've had it popped up in foul territory and had a chance to get Jackson Moore out without doing any damage, but ball harmlessly hits the ground. Moore will trot back behind home plate, grab his kind of highlighter green-yellow bat, and step back to the right side and wave it over the back right shoulder. Jackson Moore, the freshman wearing number 7, looks down the third baseline to Coach Hartman wearing number 6 to get a little coaching there. Yeah, I just did the 6-7 thing, kids. 2-0 the score. 1-2 count to Jackson Moore. Here comes the pitch from Nate Alba. This one's going to be put in play towards short. Took a tough hop, but a great play over there from Barbado. He's able to make the play. And that one took a tough hop off the grass in the infield to the dirt, but he's still able to make it happen. That'll bring Maxim Boykin Lynch to the plate for Sacred Heart Academy. And Boykin Lynch on the year, haven't seen him with a ton of at-bats, seen him play in the field a bunch, but now getting an opportunity here. Again, similar to Jackson Moore, just not your typical freshman. He was a monster on the football field before he went down with an injury, and he was on the varsity roster for basketball even though he had that injury. This one's going to be smoked up the middle. It's off of Barda. Shortstop trying to make the barehanded play. It's going to be high. Boykin Lynch has got the infield single. And if you are Coach Hartman, you know you're pushing all the right buttons right now when you put Boykin Lynch into the lineup. And the very first pitch that he sees, he smokes it off the pitcher, Barda, towards the shortstop. It was almost back-to-back amazing plays from Barbado as he came into the grass and barehanded that one, but there was too much speed from Maxim Boykin Lynch at first base. Caleb Stroud now stepping to the plate. Would not be surprised to see the senior try and drop down a bunt right here to move Boykin Lynch up to second base for the top of the order in Noah Zion. Zion comes up with that runner on second base, and the speed of Boykin Lynch, he'll just have to put one in play, and it pretty much score the speedy freshman. Stroud does show bunt. He pulls it back. First pitch is going to be over for a strike. Stroud the DH in this one. Nico Vasquez in left field for him. 0-1 to count. Stroud steps back up to the plate. See if he shows bunt again here on the 0-1 count. Ready to work is Nate Alba. Here comes the pitch. Swinging away this time is Stroud. Quickly strike 2. Great pitch that time from Nate Alba. Alba struck out 1 in the first. Brody Collin to end that first frame. Lead away from Boykin Lynch at first base. Alba winds and deals. Stroud's going to take that one. It's going to be a call. Strike 3 on the corner. The second punch out for Alba. Staying at first base is Mr. Maxim Boykin Lynch as the Flying Z, Noah Zion, steps to the dish for Sacred Heart Academy. Zion batting on the right side. Couple waves of the bat, looks down the third baseline to Coach Hartman for a signal. Now he steps back in. Boykin Lynch definitely a threat to try and steal this base here with 2 outs to move into scoring position for Zion. See what happens here on the first pitch of the at-bat. It's going to be put in play towards short. Not an easy play at third base. It's fielded by Bolton over to first. It's a bouncer, but they're in time. A nice snag from Luke Robinson, so it's going to be a ground out to end the inning. You do get a hit from Maxim Boykin Lynch, but he is stranded. 0 runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on for Sacred Heart Academy as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Sean Murphy, Nate Alba, and Owen Bellows due up for Royal Oak Shrine. Brought to you by our friends, Wieferich Financial, Clark Modular Homes, Brad Malley Well Drilling, and Malley Construction. Back with more Irish Championship Baseball right after this. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it on this Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And welcome back to our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. 2-0 Sacred Heart Academy with the lead as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Nate, the Gator, Siler's back on the bump. He struck out 2 in that first inning. Those 2 strikeouts came on 3 pitches. His 7th pitch of the at-bat was Luke Robinson grounding into and out towards first base, or probably would have been second base as Brody Collin fielded it, but a very efficient first inning, which if you're Royal Oak Shrine, that's not good. Siler, you want to get him out of the game as soon as you can. Grounder towards short. Jackson Moore fields it. Strong throw over to first in time for the out. Talked about Jackson Moore not being your typical freshman. Think about that. You got a team down here in the state semifinals, and you've got a freshman starting at shortstop. That tells you the type of athlete he is going to be, what Sacred Heart Academy baseball program thinks of that young man. Now stepping in is Nate Alba, the pitching counterpart of Nate Siler. And again, Siler continues to be very, very efficient. That is good news. Breaking ball is going to stay a little high that time. Alba takes it 1-0 the count. Siler again puts that glove right up above, right below his eyes as he gets the sign from Hank MacDonald. That one slings it up there. It's just going to miss low and outside. 2-0 now the count to Nate Alba. As I mentioned, again, we've had a couple more games since then, but 124 punch-outs to just 7 walks for Siler as he hits the outside corner on the third pitch of the at-bat to Alba. 2-1 now the count. Siler taking a moment here. Get the signal from behind the plate from Hank MacDonald. Here comes a 2-1. Swing and a miss there from Nate Alba. It is now 2-2. Owen Bellows is on deck. Grant Polton behind him. Siler working very quickly out there on the bump. Here comes the next pitch. Breaking ball. That one's going to miss. That's going to run the count full to 3-2. Good eye there from Alba. The layoff of that one didn't look like a bad pitch to hit. Just stayed a little high there. Here comes the payoff pitch on the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Going down is Alba on strikes. Third punch out already for the Gator on the mound. Owen Bellows was now step to the plate, playing second base for Royal Oak Shrine in this one. 2-0 Irish with the lead here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. It's state semifinal baseball coming to you live from the Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Siler's got the sign. He's ready to work. As soon as Bellows is in the box, he's going to get one dealt to him. Here comes the pitch from Siler. That one's going to go low there. Breaking ball, breaking a little too much there for Siler. Grant Polton on deck. Adam Emai behind them. Due up for the Irish. It's 2-3-4. Duffy, Davis, Siler in the in the bottom of the second inning. Siler gets the ball back. Waits here for the 2-0. Here comes the next pitch. Big cut that time from Owen Bellows. And I tell you what, one thing right now, you see the smoke, or I see the smoke from Siler, and Royal Oak's having a really tough time catching up to it. Might be the second time, third time through the lineup before they're really able to catch up to that speed of Siler as he smokes that one by Bellows again. The count is now 2-2. 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Second inning. Whole lot of twos up there. Again, more shout-outs to Aiden Mandel and Bo Guabang on Bradley. That one just missing the inside corner. Run the count full to 3-2. And Siler working very, very quickly. Not really any time for Bellows to look down to the third baseline to get a sign. 3-2 on the corner for the punch out. 4 strikeouts through 2 for Siler. Woo-hoo-hoo. What a performance. We're headed to inning number 3. Pardon me, due up for the Irish in the top of the third. It's Duffy, it's Davis, it's Siler. Right now, you've got the Gator, the Siler rolling on the mound. If you can get another run or 2, you're going to feel really comfortable right now if you're Sacred Heart Academy. Back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Barbary Law studios here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Also love to Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, the Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Wieferich Financial, sponsor of our Zade Bachelder Baller of the game. And if Siler continues his 2 strikeout per inning trend, yeah, he might be getting his name penciled in. We got a couple guys coming to the plate that also kind of got their names in the running for that Zade Bachelder Baller of the game, brought to you by Wieferich Financial. Duffy and Davis, who are coming to the plate, have both already scored in this game. Duffy doubled in the first. He was driven in by Brady Davis on an RBI single. A couple batters later, Davis was driven in by Hank MacDonald on our J&J Auto collision report of the game, our Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game so far, the smash out to left field from Mr. Hank MacDonald. Duffy stepping to the plate. Here we go in inning number 3. This one's going to be fouled off down to the first baseline, out of play. And our Bird All-American Grill post-game show won't be super long here today, as we've got another broadcast crew coming in after us to broadcast this next game. That's going to be Marcellus versus Plainsdale Jefferson. And whoever wins this game will be the favorite in that game, as Sacred Heart Academy is ranked number 2 in the state. They've already bested number 1 in the state, Portland St. Pat's, to get here. I believe it's Royal Oak Shrines, number 11 in the state. They are the 2 higher-ranked teams, as actually the Marcellus team shows up here at Michigan State University to take in a little bit of this action. Here comes the pitch from Nate Alba. Check swing out there from Duffy. They're going to say that one hit the outside corner for strike 2. Alba has punched out a pair, 1 in the first, 1 in the second inning. And both timely strikeouts as well. You had the infield single from Boyk and Lynch. Then you got the punch out, and after the RBI double from MacDonald, he got a punch out. And so Alba really showing some moxie out there as well. That one's just going to miss on the 1-2. Great eye there from Teagan Duffy. I don't know how he held up on that one. That one just missed the outside part of the plate. Maybe a bit low as well, but really close to the strike zone was Mr. Nate Alba. 2-2 the count as Duffy steps back in, the number 2 hitter for Sacred Heart Academy here in the top of the 3rd inning. That one's going to miss outside. It's going to run the count full to 3-2. Alba steps back to the top of the bump. Right foot on the rubber as he waits for the sign from behind the plate from Sean Murphy. He's got as Duffy steps in with the 3-2. You don't want to lead off walk here if you're Royal Oak Shrine. This one smoked out to right field. Again, a tough play for Graveline as it's got the berm out there. He's able to make the catch on the warning track. What a catch from Graveline. As again, it's a hill out there in right field. And when I say hill, I'm not joking. There is a very steep incline to make sure the Red Cedar River never floods into McLean Stadium here. What a catch out in right field. If he doesn't bring that in, Duffy's probably got a leadoff triple here in the 3rd inning. And as I mentioned, I really feel you give Gator Siler another run or 2 here in this game. 2 runs already might be enough with the way he's pitched in the first 2 innings for Sacred Heart Academy. Davis steps back in on the left side, getting ready to rock and roll. The senior Nate Alba heading to Northern Ohio next year to continue his baseball career, facing off against Brady Davis, somebody who he could be facing in his college career. You know, talking with Davis, he's got a few offers out there, but he is a guy, what he does at the plate, what he does on the mound. Ooh, boy, I think he is somebody, if you're a college team out there, I don't care what division it is, you'd be really, really lucky to have a guy like Brady Davis. Talk about a really good first baseman as well. He's got a really good pick over there. A lefty makes it happen at the plate, on the mound at first base. Steps in, count 0-1. Ready to rock and roll as Nate Alba on the bump. Alba gets a sign and gets ready to wind and deal to Sean Murphy behind the plate. Davis trying to make sure it doesn't even get to Murphy. That one's going to be on the outside corner, 0-2. And Alba hasn't pitched bad here. You just had 3 balls that were absolutely, well, 4, I guess, if you count the infield single for Maxim, Boink, and Lynch. Just missiles. J&J Auto collision reports on every hit here from Sacred Heart Academy in this one. Stepping back in is Brady Davis. Here comes the next pitch. That one's going to miss high and outside. Trying to get Davis to chase. He didn't bite. 1-2 now the count. Siler's on deck. He flew out to right field his first time up. Davis steps back in. Waves that kind of highlighter colored bat. And I don't know if they've all got that bat or a lot of them just use the same couple bats out there. Kind of depends on the team, depends on the player. Waves that bat over the back left shoulder. That one's also going to miss. 2-2 now the count to Brady Davis from Nate Alba. And again, defensively for Royal Oak Shrine, it's Nate Alba on the bump. Sean Murphy behind the plate. Luke Robinson at first. Bellows at second. Barbado at short. Polton at third, Imai out in left, Archibald in center, and Graveline out in right field for the Knights of Royal Oak Shrine Catholic. Here comes the 2-2. This one's going to be fouled off out of play, sent towards the concession stand in the memorabilia area here at Michigan State University. Again, it's so cool. You've got baseball going on. You've got the Lady Wildcats of Everett getting ready to start over on the softball field in about 23 minutes or so. And then you've got soccer going on as well. Just really, really cool venue here today at Michigan State University. And one price gets you into all of it. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Another punch out. Make it 3 for Nate Albas. He kind of starts to get things going here in innings number 2 and 3. So back in that first inning, he had the 2 doubles along with the RBI single from Brady Davis. Since then, just been that 1 infield single that the Irish have been able to manage. But that now brings Nate Siler to the plate. He is definitely capable of sending one to that 340 mark out in left field. And it's 340 out in right field, but you got about a 10, 15-foot fence over that way. Siler digs back in on the right side, facing his pitching counterpart, Nate Alba. Would love to get the better of him here. Takes the first pitch. It's going to be on the outside corner for strike 1. Hank MacDonald is due up next. He's got the leggings on for the catching gear over there. Seeing if he gets another opportunity, swinging that bat with the weight on it. Comes the next pitch. This one swinging a miss there from Siler. 0-2 now the count to Gator Siler. And Alba's already struck out 3. Again, he's got college baseball in his future. He'll be pitching next year for Northern Iowa. He's already given up 2 runs to the stout Irish lineup as he digs back in. Ahead in the count, 0-2 to Siler. 2 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. Siler's been fantastic so far on the bump. Here comes the 0-2. That one's going to be taken. It's going to miss high, 1-2. I'm going to jump up to get that one with Sean Murphy from behind the plate. Siler digs back in. Alba gets ready to wind and deal from the bump. Here comes the 1-2 to Siler. Breaking ball is going to miss high. 2-2 now the count to Nate Siler. Good eye there at the plate for Siler. Digs back in. The Irish out there in their red uniforms, the green numbers, green Irish across the front, and the white pants, red helmets. Out there in the white, the navy blue and gold numbering and lettering across the chest is Royal Oak Shrine. 2-2 the count. 2 down here. Top of the 3rd inning. Siler looking to start a 2-out rally for Sacred Heart Academy. Here comes the pitch from Alba. That's going to miss inside. Will run the count full to 3-2. Again, if you're Alba, what Hank MacDonald did to you in the last inning, last time he was at the plate, you do not want to see him with a runner on. And with Siler, he's got a lot of speed. You could also see a pinch runner possibly as well come in for Siler with those 2 outs. You bring in a Jack McConnell or something. He's definitely capable of scoring from first base if Hank MacDonald was able to lace another double. And that will be ball 4. His first walk surrendered from either pitcher in this ball game. And you think about Siler was down in the count, 0-2, able to battle all the way back. Hank MacDonald now getting ready to step to the dish here. RBI double his first time at the plate. And we do have Jack McConnell coming in to run for Sacred Heart Academy. As you just heard me talk about moments ago, McConnell has got the speed to score from first base if there's one sent to the gap here by Sacred Heart Academy. MacDonald digging in on the right side. Again, an RBI double. J&J Auto Collision Report. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply. Drill of the game. Bill's Custom Fab Fabrication of the game. First time the junior was at the plate. Looks at the first pitch. Great bender right there from Nate Alba for strike one on the low outside corner. Jack McConnell in pinch running for Siler. Has a short lead away from first base as MacDonald digs back in at the plate on the right side. Waves the green bat over the back right shoulder. He's going to put this one in play towards third. Not an easy play. It's gloved over at third base. Long throw across the diamond for Polton is good. That will be the 3 out. The Irish strand one more runner. They've stranded a runner in each inning, but right now all that matters is you are up 2-0 heading to the bottom of the third inning. You've got your ace on the mound, and he is dealing. Siler has struck out 4 of the 6 batters he's faced. Polton, Imai, Graveline coming up for Royal Oak Shrine. Back with more Irish Championship Baseball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Clark Modular Homes in Mount Pleasant are a one-stop shop from the buy, the build, and beyond with their fantastic service department. Stop in to see their selection and purchase options today on Pickard Road or visit them online at modularhomesbyclark.com. Clark Modular Homes, supporting Mid-Michigan youth in and out of the classroom.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. The Gator, Nate Siler, has been dominant on the bump. He struck out 4 of the 6 hitters that he has faced. Ground out to second base for Luke Robinson. Ground out to shortstop for Sean Murphy. Nothing has left the infield in 2 innings for Royal Oak Shrine against the superstar pitcher for Sacred Heart Academy. And there's 2 superstar pitchers. Mr. Brady Davis will get the start of the state championship game if they are fortunate enough to hang on to win here today. And not a bad idea if you're Coach Harmon. Brady Davis is the all-time wins leader for Sacred Heart Academy baseball, and that's got some pitchers that have done some fantastic things beyond high school. And so he will get that start tomorrow. Gator Siler ready to rock and roll. As soon as that pitcher is in the batting box, Grant Polton steps in, and here comes the pitch right away. That is one of the things about Siler. He works so quickly. He doesn't want to give the batter time to get comfortable up there. And as I say, that's quickly 2 strikes to Polton. Siler steps back up, again, working very, very quickly, trying to make those Royal Oak Shrine hitters as uncomfortable as they can be. And it's another 3-pitch strikeout for Siler. I'm going to start to keep track of those. That is his third 3-pitch punch-out already here in this game. And you talk about efficiency. Woo, 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 that's getting it done. Stepping to the plate now is Adam Imai. Imai digs in on the right side, wearing number 3. Here comes the first pitch from Siler. Swinging at the first one, the high heat can't catch up to it as Imai. I mentioned it before. It's going to take Royal Oak Shrine at least one time through this lineup to get used to the gas of Siler, and that's a big advantage if you're Sacred Heart Academy. Here comes the 0-1. Breaking ball, they're going to say it doesn't break back over the zone. Kind of a tough one right there for Siler. That one looked good here. But as you often hear me say, best view in the house brought to you by Woods Household Appliance. It is those officials out there. That one's going to be over for a strike on the low part of the zone. 1-2 now, the count to Adam Imai. Getting ready to work very quickly is Siler. He winds the deals with the 1-2. Strike 3, back-to-back punch-outs. Actually, that is now 4 punch-outs in a row for Siler. Make it 6 for the ball game. Woo-hoo-hoo! What a start for Mr. Siler. Toby Graveline now stepping to the dish. He has the last opportunity here. First pitch is going to be over for a strike. You know, when we look back at things right here, they don't count the semifinals for the all-time records, but what Siler's doing right now, holy moly. First 2 pitches are over for a strike to Graveline. It's quickly 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 from Siler. Oh, my God, strike 3. That is the 4th 3-strike punch-out through the lineup for the first time for Royal Oak Shrine. Whoo, boy. Mr. Gator has got it going as he has punched out 7 through 3. There has not been a ball hit out of the infield for Royal Oak Shrine so far in this one. What a performance from Mr. Siler so far. We're going to keep things right here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. It's 2-0 Irish with the lead, and if Siler continues to pitch the way he has, I don't know how much help he will need. Not only does Siler have 7 strikeouts, he has 4 punch-outs on 3 pitches, which you talk about being able to go the entire game. That is a huge deal right there with how efficient Mr. Siler has been the first time through the lineup. And I've got the MHSA Finals book here in front of me. And again, you go look at the final game records. There is never, one complete game from Mr. Caden Smith. It was only 5 innings where he did not allow a single hit. And so won't be in the record books no matter what Siler does here in this one, but the way he looks on the mound, the way Royal Oak Shrine is really having trouble catching up to his gas, I think he's got a chance to do something special here today. Heading to the plate to lead off the 4th inning is Mr. Brody Collin. Brody Collin, Jackson Moore, Maxim Boykin Lynch, 2 up, brought to you by our friends at Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fat, The Bird, All-American Grill, and Barberry Law. So, we're coming to you live from our Barberry Law studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Also love to Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Mount Pleasant Automotive, E&S Graphics, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Konwinski Construction, Blanco Pools and Spas, and J&J Auto. Talk about that J&J Auto collision report. But you think about that Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game. Got a pair of doubles out there with Tegan Duffy and Hank MacDonald in the running so far. Brody Collin will take the first pitch. It's going to miss 1-0. And right now, if you're Nate Alba, it's just dire straits mode out there. You out there maybe getting a little tight, feeling like you can't give up another run. You gave up 2 in the top of the first. He's pitched really well since then. As I say that one also misses now 2-0 to Brody Collin. But with the way you've seen Gator Siler mow down your lineup the first time through, striking out 7 of the 9 batters he faced, you're starting to think, oh, boy, we might be in trouble here. I can't give up anything else. Here comes the next pitch from Alba. That's going to be over for a strike, 2-1. Kind of taking all the way there. It was Brody Collin. I don't think that's ever a bad decision. The pitcher coming out of the dugout, maybe a little cold sometimes. 36 wins for the Irish. If they win here today, they will break the all-time record for wins for Sacred Heart Academy. Trying to drop down the 2-1 bunt. Surprise everybody was Brody Collin, but it stays foul. If it would have stayed fair, Collin definitely would have had a chance to leg that one out. And Brody Collin went out with an injury. So if you saw him and Hank MacDonald stand next to each other, you'd see why, as they ran into each other going for a foul ball at Central Michigan University in their regional championship game. He was only gone for about a half hour because of the great work done by the doctors. I believe it was at McLaren. So just a big shout out to them for getting him back so quickly. So one put in play towards third. Not an easy play. It's fumbled a bit. The speed of Collins going to beat it out. Polton he's had a lot of them hit to him. I think he's already made 3 or 4 nice plays over there, and that will be the first error of the ball game. And the old Spockman box score rarely rules things errors, but you can see the full scoreboard here today, and so we're going to kind of try and stick with it here with the errors and kind of, bring everything here with it. The official box score will also be the Spockman box score today, which is a rare thing. Get the leadoff runner on here in the 4th. If you're Sacred Heart Academy, get them home any way you can. Moore shows bunt. It's pulled back. Quick throw down to first base from Sean Murphy to Luke Robinson. But diving back in time is Mr. Brody Collin. 1-0 the count to Jackson Moore. That one missed as he pulled the bat back. Freshman digs back in on the right side. Again, not your typical freshman on varsity for all 3 of the ball sports. Football, basketball, here baseball. He's going to take that one. It's going to be over for a strike, 1-1 the count. Maxim Boykin Lynch is on deck. He had an infield single his first time up. He absolutely smoked it off the leg of Nate Alba. Behind him is Caleb Stroud, the DH. Still nobody out here. Top of the fourth inning, a leadoff man on for Sacred Heart Academy. It's Brody Collin leading away from first base as the freshman Jackson Moore digs back in at the plate. Shows bunt once again. He pulls it back as that one goes way high. 2-1 now the count. So you want Boykin or Moore to drop down that bunt to move up Collin. What would be even better? Moore draws a walk here without even having to drop down that bunt. You got 2 runners on. And in that situation, with the speed of Maxim Boykin Lynch coming up, he could possibly try and drop down a bunt and move those runners up to second and third. But here comes the 2-1 to Jackson Moore. He's going to take that one. It's on the low outside corner. Excellent location right there. Not even showing bunt was Jackson Moore, as that would have been a tough one to drop down. With the 2 strikes, it will now take the bunt out of play. And so if you're Moore, you want to put something on the ground here, maybe a high bouncer to make sure Brody Collin is able to get to second base. Throw back over to first base, diving back in time is Moore. Moore gets some instruction from Coach Rick, Coach MacDonald there at the first baseline. Now gets ready to lead away once again. Collin with that sliding glove on as he takes a lead away. Moore steps back in. Waits for the pitch from Alba. Here it comes. He does show bunt with the 2 strikes. It's popped up into the air. It's going to be an easy catch for Alba, and so the bunt pop-up going to be an easy out back to the pitcher. That'll bring Maxim Boykin Lynch to the plate. And again, you could see him still try and drop down the bunt here to get a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Mr. Caleb Straw, who's on deck. Boykin Lynch digs in on the right side. Wearing number 15, and again, not your typical freshman as he digs back in. I talk about the positions Morris played, just the size of Boykin Lynch. When you look at him, you're like, hey, there's no way that kid's a freshman. He's going to take the first pitch. It's going to be on the outside part of the zone for a strike. Irish lead it 2-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 0-1 to count. Maxim Boykin Lynch digs back in. Here comes the pitch. He's going to put this, well, he's going to foul this one off down the first baseline, but swinging away there, not showing a bunt. And it's actually Nico Vasquez now on deck. It looks like he will stay in left field and actually hit for Stroud now here on this one. Boykin Lynch digs back in, 0-2 the count. Short lead away from Brody Collin over at first base. We'll see if he tries to dance and go here. Here comes the 0-2. It's going to be high and inside, 1-2 now the count to Maxim Boykin Lynch. Caleb Stroud, or pardon me, it's Nico Vasquez. Stroud started the game at DH, struck out his first plate appearance, so now it looks like Vasquez is going to get an opportunity here. Doesn't mean we couldn't see Stroud hit again later in this game. Here comes the 1-2 to Maxim Boykin Lynch. Swing and a miss. Big punch out right there from Nate Alba. That's already his 4th of the game. He's been pretty darn amazing, but he's just been overshadowed by Nate Siler's 7 strikeouts through 3. Yes, if you're just joining us, Siler has struck out 7 batters through 3. He's been perfect the first time through the order against Royal Oak Shrine. Vasquez, couple practice swings here. Hitting for the DH, hitting for the DH, Caleb Stroud. That's Stroud and Vasquez sharing this number 9 spot. Stroud the DH, Vasquez out in left field, but now Vasquez getting a chance to hit here. Again, 2 outs. He's definitely still a threat to drop down a bunt here with his speed, especially you look at how far back third base is playing with Polton. He's now moving just inside of the bag after getting some coaching, letting him know, hey, Vasquez, he is a threat to drop down this bunt. Alba ready to rock and roll here. Vasquez awaits the first pitch of the at-bat. Here comes. He's going to take it. It's going to get away from the catcher. Moving up to second base is Brody Collin. On a well, not a pass ball, but that's what's going to be ruled as here in my book as he moves up to second base. Now if you're Vasquez, with the speed of Brody Collin, you hit a ground ball to the outfield, you hit one of the outfield that gets down, you're probably going to score that run. If you're Coach Hartman, you probably want it on the ground going to the outfield. So if you're Collin, you don't have to wait for it to possibly be caught. You can just take off and go as soon as you see it on the ground. Here comes the 1-0 to Nico Vasquez. He's going to put this one in play out to right field. It's going to get foul and just out of play. Giving chase was Graveline. Well struck there, though, by Vasquez. Counting now 1-1 to the senior. On deck is Noah Zion. You would love for Zion to come up with a couple guys on here. Vasquez digs back in. Again, just one strike. He's definitely still a threat to drop down a bunt in this situation. Alba checks that runner at second. Here comes the throw. That's going to be over for a strike. Checking the swing and not going around was Vasquez. Maybe wanted to go after that one. The count is now 1-2 to Nico Vasquez. Zion hoping he gets that opportunity as he stands in the batter's box down the first base line. Checking that runner at second is Nate Alba. He winds. He deals. It's going to be fouled off to the backstop. Count will remain 1-2. Be pitch number 4 of the at-bat upcoming here for Mr. Nico Vasquez. 1-2 the count. The Irish 2 runs behind 4 hits. Still hitless the first time through the lineup is Royal Oak Shrine. Nate Gator Siler has mowed down 7 via strikeout. There hasn't been a ball that's left the infield yet for the Knights of Royal Oak Shrine. Great battle right here by Nico Vasquez as he fouls this one off as well. The count will remain 1-2, but there's been a couple fouled off. We've got pitch number 6 of the at-bat upcoming here for Nico Vasquez. 2-0, Sacred Heart Academy with the lead here. Top of the 4th inning, threatening with a runner on second base. It was an error that had Brody Collin reaching first. He was able to move up to second after a ball squirted away from the catcher, Sean Murphy. This one's going to be fouled off again by Vasquez. Again, Vasquez doing a great job staying alive. Think of the Bee Gees. This will be pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming here for the senior, Nico Vasquez. Vasquez digs back in. Again, he's got black bat as he waves it over the back right shoulder. Again, the Irish out here in the red uniforms, the red helmets with the green number, the green lettering, and the white pants. And the all-white, the blue and gold numbers, letters across the chest is Royal Oak Shrine. Breaking ball's not going to break quite enough. Now 2-2 the count for Vasquez. A great take there by Vasquez. He's fouled off 3 with 2 strikes. Pitch number 8 of the at-bat upcoming here. This is what you needed to do if you're Royal Oak Shrine early in this game to try and build up that pitch count of Gator Siler. But he's been so efficient so far through 3. I don't know if it's going to matter. And that one's also high. Again, the at-bat here from Vasquez, even if he goes down, been very, very productive. Count has ran full. He's fouled off 3. Nate Alba ready to rock and roll as he checks that runner out at second base. Here comes the pitch from Alba. Swing and a miss. Big time punch out there for Alba. That is his 5th through 4. Again, he's been really, really good, but Gator Siler has been even better. The Irish leave another runner on base. They've left 1 on in each inning through 4, but that's better news than Royal Oak Shrine as they have not had a single base runner. Headed back to the top of the order with Barbado, with Archibald, with Robinson right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Blocko Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blocko Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, the Irish lead it 2-0 over Royal Oak Shrine. Siler has been dominant as it's a swing and a miss for Barbado. Barbado went down on 3 pitches to start the bottom of the 1st inning for Royal Oak Shrine, and the dominance of Siler is hard to portray through words right now as it's another swing and a miss. He has struck out 7 batters through 3 innings. There's been a ground out to second base, a ground out to shortstop. That's it. But to even talk about how much, even more dominance, as that one just misses. If it would have been a punch-out, that would have been he has had 4 3-pitch strikeouts. That is how dominant he was the first time through the lineup, as the count is now 1-2 as Barbado digs back in. Breaking ball is going to stay outside. 2-2 now the count. Archibald is up next. He also went down on 3 strikes in the first inning. Swing and a miss. Barbado can't catch up with the smoke from Siler. That is now 8 punch-outs through 3 1/3 for Nate. A Gator Siler on the bump for Sacred Heart Academy. Blake Archibald, the speedy center fielder, will now step to the plate. And right now, if I'm the coaches from Royal Oak Shrine, drop down a bunt here. Do something to put this ball in play. You cannot continue to get mowed down via the punch-out. First one is going to miss to Archibald. And you go back to the second inning. It's now 6 consecutive punch-outs for Siler. Struck out the side in the third. Struck out the last 2 batters of the second. Started with a punch-out here. That one's also going to miss to Archibald. 2-0 now the count to the center fielder for Royal Oak Shrine. Sends this one out to right field. It could be trouble. It's going to be just foul. Woo, woo, woo. If you're Royal Oak Shrine, you're saying, come on, give that one to me. We need a base runner. 2-1 now the count to the center fielder, Blake Archibald. But if you're Royal Oak Shrine, you've at least seen the ball leave the infield now. 2-1 the count to Archibald. Luke Robinson is on deck. He grounded out to second base to end the first inning, his first time up. If you're Royal Oak Shrine, you just need a base runner any way you can get it here. Here comes the 2-1. Grounded up the middle. Tough play for Jackson Moore, but the freshman digs it out of the ground over to first in time for the out. Again, not your typical freshman. What a play from Jackson Moore at short. That one was smoked. That was the hardest hit ball so far from Royal Oak Shrine, even though it didn't leave the infield. We just had that foul ball moments ago. That was a bit of a pop-up blooper down the first baseline that just went foul. That one was hard hit there by Archibald, but Jackson Moore, the little bit of a charge to make the play for Sacred Heart Academy. That now brings a Luke Robinson to the plate here with 2 down in the bottom of the 4th inning for Royal Oak Shrine. Nice block at the plate there, brought to you by our friends at Block Electric Company from Mr. Hank MacDonald as he keeps that one in front of him on the curveball. Here comes the 1-0 from Siler. That one's also going to miss outside. 2-0 now the count to Luke Robinson. Now, obviously, Siler doesn't ever want to walk anybody, but if you're going to walk somebody, this is the situation to do it. Your number 3 hitter with 2 outs and first base open. That one's on the outside corner for strike 1. I think taking all the way that time was Robinson as well. This one's going to be smoked out towards right field. It's not going to be an easy play out there. Almost brought in, but it's going to get over the head of Boykin Lynch. Here comes the first base runner of the game for Royal Oak Shrine. It's going to be a double for Luke Robinson. That'll break up the perfect game for Gator Siler, but he still continues to be dominant. And if you're Royal Oak Shrine, this is your opportunity right here. You've got a runner on second base with your cleanup hitter, the catcher, Sean Murphy, coming to the plate. Now, these are the moments right here where championships are won on each side. A big moment in this one. Luke Robinson at second base after the double. Sean Murphy steps in with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. The first runner of the ball game for Royal Oak Shrine here in the 4th. First pitch, smoke right down the pipe. Can't catch up to it, says Sean Murphy. Murphy steps out, steps back in. Again, if you're one of the Royal Oak Shrine hitters, you want to hold that time up for until you're ready to go. Because as soon as you're ready, here comes the pitch for Siler. Check swing. It's going to be a strike anyway. 0-2 now the count to Sean Murphy. What a response here from Siler. You give up that double, then boom, boom. You're quickly ahead. 0-2 here to Sean Murphy. Murphy digs back in. The cleanup hitter with a runner in scoring position as Royal Oak Shrine tries to get on the board here in the bottom of the 4th. It's going to be sent out towards center field. Duffy gathers underneath it to make the catch. So a runner stranded at second base, a big-time catch out in center field for for Sacred Heart Academy. Royal Oak Shrine leaves one on as we head to the top of the 5th inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. It's the top of the order due up for the Irish. It's Zion, it's Duffy, it's Brady Davis. Back with more Irish Championship Baseball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Wieferich Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Wieferich Financial. Wieferich Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WieferichFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Wieferich Financial, member SIPC. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it all on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barberry Law Studios, built by our friends at Conowinski Construction. I know I saw Andy Tyson Sr. here look around packed stands full of red and white looking for Andy Tyson Jr., but again, he might still be at work. A lot of folks at work. If you are working and able to tune in, and thank you so much for joining us here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. You see those logos at the bottom of the screen. You've heard me mention the sponsors. You see the commercials. When you think about doing business, spending money in the Mid-Michigan area, please think about supporting those folks that are supporting the Mid-Michigan Sports Network that make it possible for me to be here at Michigan State University on this beautiful Friday morning to bring you Irish Championship Baseball. Zion digs in here in the top of the fifth inning. The Irish lead at 2-0, and if you like pitchers that work quickly, Barta, Siler have been working quick. First pitch to Noah Zion's going to miss high, 1-0. Duffy on deck, who's 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored. Behind him, Brady Davis, who's 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored. Digging back in is Zion on the right side. He waits the next pitch. That one's also going to miss outside, 2-0. And you don't want to put Zion here to lead off this fifth inning. Because right now, if you're Nate Elba, you've seen how dominant Siler has been. If you've been listening, you've heard how dominant Siler's been. This 2-run lead might be enough already for the Irish, but if you get this leadoff guy here on in the fifth inning, we're going to see the Irish try and manufacture a run here as that one also misses. 3-0 now the count to Zion. Noah Zion, the Flying Z as they call him, is going to be taken all the way here on this one. 3-0 the count. Ready to work is Nate Alba, and that will be ball 4. The leadoff walk here for the Irish is put on in the top of the fifth inning. And with the speed of the Flying Z at first base, we haven't seen anybody try and take second base with Sean Murphy behind the plate, but this could be the moment right here. Again, Duffy very capable of dropping down a bunt. With the speed of Zion, though, I've got a feeling you could, I don't even want to say risk it right here, but you could have Zion try and take second base without the bunt here on the first pitch, and then you'd have that runner in scoring position without taking the bat away from Mr. Tegan Duffy. Again, Bird All-American Grill post-game show will be a little bit briefer than usual today. If the Irish win, we'll catch up with them if we can. Afterwards, we're going to have another radio crew coming in here for a second Division 4 game with Marcellus and Painesdale Jefferson. Showing bunt is Davis. He pulls it back. Or Duffy, pardon me, showing bunt. He pulls it back 1-0. That's now 5 consecutive balls thrown now from Mr. Nate Alba. And so if you're Tegan Duffy, you're probably taking all the way right here. If I'm Coach Hartman, I'm kind of saying, hey, wait till this guy throws us a strike. Maybe he's going to struggle out here a bit now here in the top of the fifth inning. Alba gets ready to wind and deal. Again, he's throwing 5 straight balls. Duffy looks to get down the bunt. It's going to go foul down the first baseline, so 1-1 now the count. And Duffy trying to bunt it towards first base. If you can, you want to make Luke Robinson, the first baseman, field it for Royal Oak Shrine. Then you'd have to have Bellows or Elba coming over to cover from second base or pitcher. So make it a bit more difficult to try and get you out there, make it a better percentage for you to try and get that bunt single if you can get the first baseman to field it if you're Tegan Duffy. Here comes the 1-1. Solid lead for Zion. He doesn't go. He dances away. Bunt right back to the pitcher. It's mishandled, but still plenty of time for Alba to send it over on the sacrifice bunt from Tegan Duffy. He moves Mr. Zion up to second base. And here comes Brady Davis. You talk with Hank MacDonald. You talk with Nate Siler. You talk with Noah Zion. They will tell you that, as my main man Bubba McLean would say, Brady Davis is the straw that stirs the drink for this offense from Sacred Heart Academy. Even though you got Hank MacDonald, the all-time RBI leader, you've got a .560 batting average with a .630 on-base percentage at the plate. He has scored a lot of runs. He's got a lot of RBI. He's got a chance to drive in a huge run here. Top of the 5th inning, the Irish lead it 2-0 as Zion dances away from second base. Swung grounded towards second base. Not an easy play. Bellows fields it over in time for the out. Moving up to third base with some good base running is Mr. Noah Zion. So ground out there for Mr. Brady Davis. That'll bring Gator Siler to the plate with a runner at third base. And the important part about moving that runner up to third with 2 outs, when it comes to high school baseball, a pass ball here can score Noah Zion. We've got 2 unbelievable catchers, Sean Murphy and Hank MacDonald, Block Electric Company. They've been blocking everything up there. See what happens here in this situation as Siler digs in. Big cut. Siler swinging for the fences on that one. 0-1 to count. 2 down here, top of the 5th inning. The Irish lead it 2-0 on a dominant performance from Nate Gator Siler. He's given up 1 hit through 4 innings. Here comes the next pitch from Alba. Check swing there, but it's on the outside corner. 0-2 now the count to Siler. Siler flew out to right field his first time up. His second plate appearance, he was down the count 0-2 before he battled back and drew a walk. Down the count 0-2 here in the 5th inning. As he digs in, Alba ready to wind and deal. Siler digs in, takes that one, 1-2. Now the count. That one broke outside there for Alba. Here comes the pitch to Siler. This one smoked out to left field. It's going. It's going. It's up against the wall. Coming in to score is Zion. Into second with a stand-up double is Mr. Nate Gator Siler. What a big-time play right there. It's now 3-0 Sacred Heart Academy with the lead over Royal Oak Shrine. 3-0, the Irish in front after the RBI double there from Mr. Siler. Zion in to come and score another run for Sacred Heart Academy. Now digging in at the plate is Mr. Hank MacDonald. MacDonald digging in on the right side. Leading away from second is Jack McConnell, who's in a run for Siler. Swing and a miss. That one's going to get away from the catcher, but they're going to say it was a foul tip there from McDonald. 0-1 the count. Brody Collin on deck, hoping he gets an opportunity here in this one. Donald waves that bat, looking like Jim Tomey up there. That one is going to miss. 1-1, and now the count. And McDonald kind of holding that bat Jim Tomey style up there. Check that runner out at second base. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be smoked out towards left center field. This one's going to be extra bases as well. Coming in to score is McConnell, and it's the second RBI double of the ball game for Hank MacDonald. Woo-hoo-hoo! Coming in to score is McConnell. It's now 4-0 Sacred Heart Academy with the lead. 2 in the first, 2 in the 5th. They've got the Irish rolling. Walt McDonald coming in to run for Hank MacDonald once again. And it looks like we could have a pitching change happening right here as the Irish go up 4-0 with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. And Gator Siler's been absolutely dominant on the bump. Back with more. Irish baseball might have a pitching change. Take a quick break. Back with more of the top of the 5th inning right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary, he can be yours too.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher Day or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
No pitching change there, but quick little meeting of the mind on the mounds as Brody Collins steps back in. It's 4-0. Sacred Heart Academy with the lead here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And if you're out there watching on YouTube, looks like Facebook kind of crashed out. It's not exactly sure what happened. Can't even log back in right now. So if you know somebody out there that was tuning in that way, tell them we are still rolling on the Facebook, or pardon me, on the YouTube. Stepping back in is Brody Collins. Check of the runner at second. Here comes the pitch from Alba. Taking it all the way is Brody Collins. Check down to Coach Hartman down the third baseline for a sign. 2-1 the count. Collins digging back in. Here comes the pitch from Nate Alba. Count is 2-1 to Brody Collins. He's going to take that one. MacDonald tries to take third. Throw's going to be close. Waiting to see the call. They're going to say he's out. Trying to go to third on the pass ball. Big time throw there from Sean Murphy from behind the plate. Woo, woo, woo. That'll get him. We're going to take another quick break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Bottom of the fifth inning come up. Siler has been dominant. If he can continue his performance, the Irish should be in good shape. Back with more Irish Championship Baseball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Chris Bachman with you high atop McLean Stadium behind home plate. The Irish lead it 4-0. What a performance it's been from Mr. Nate Gator Siler on the bump for Sacred Heart Academy. There has just been one hit through 4 innings so far for Royal Oak Shrine. It was a double from Luke Robinson in the 4th. Other than that, there's been a whole lot of nada. He struck out 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, struck out the side in the 3rd, and struck out 1 in the 4th inning. First pitch is going to be fouled off down the first baseline for Nate Alba. Count quickly 0-1. Alba digs back in, waves the bat in front of him. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit towards short. Not an easy play for Jackson Moore. He fields it over to first in time for the out. So ground out to shortstop. The Irish get the first out here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, Siler's been very, very efficient. Haven't actually, looked at those actual numbers for Siler in the actual pitch count, but that's something we'll start to pay attention to here. But mentioned it earlier, he's been so efficient in this game. I don't think he's in any hurry right now to be coming out of don't need to be in any worry right now of him coming out of the game. This one's going to be fouled off. Again, for those of you that were watching, or pardon me, for those of you who are watching on Facebook, it looks like we may have popped back live up there. It's actually telling me link may be broken or my page may have been removed, which is a little scary to see. And I'll make the joke, as I was just saying to some of the guys, you just start paying for that blue check from Facebook, and then things like this happen. It's kind of like, what am I doing here? Here comes the 0-1 from Siler. That's going to miss on the outside. 1-1 now, the count to Owen Bellows. Second baseman for Royal Oak Shrine steps out, steps back in. And that one's also going to miss. 2-1 now, the count to Owen Bellows. Bellows steps out, steps back in for Royal Oak Shrine. Siler winds and deals. This one's going to be his sent towards right field. It's going to get down, possibly extra bases. It's cut off by Boykin Lynch. He quickly gets the throw in, and they will have to hold him up. What a performance right there. So that was a base hit there. Great play out in right field, though. Be able to keep that one in front. Grant Polton is going to foul that one off down the right field line. Siler steps out, steps back in. 4-0 Sacred Heart Academy with the lead. Boy, has Siler been dominant in this one for Sacred Heart Academy. So we're going to be put in play down the third baseline, or not put in play, pardon me. It's going to go foul. Siler. Swing and a miss. Another punch out for Siler. That'll give him number 9. Woo, 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 woo. Stepping out, stepping back in now is going to be Adam Emy. 2 down here. Check over at first. Bellows diving back just in time. Great move there from Siler. Adam Emy stepping in. He struck out his first plate appearance. Siler checks the runner, winds, deals. That's going to be over for a strike. Emy digs back in. Again, Siler struck out 9. He has struck out 4 on 3 pitches. There goes that runner. MacDonald with the throw down to second base. Perfect throw just late. Great jump out there from Owen Bellows to take second base. Hank MacDonald with a good throw. Good protection at the plate as well from the batter, Emy. Big moment here now, the runner in scoring position. Only the second time you've had a runner in scoring position if you are Royal Oak Shrine. Only the second time you've had a base runner. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now the count to Adam Emy. And again, looking for punch out number 10 is Mr. Nate Gator Siler here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Royal Oak Shrine trying to get their first run across the board with a runner in scoring position. Their number 8 hitter, the left fielder, Adam Emy at the plate. Here comes the 0-2. Right down the middle, strike 3, punch out number 10 for Siler. Also his 5th punch out on 3 strikes. I think that might be even more impressive than the 10 total punch outs because the efficiency of the punch outs have been great too. We're going to take another break. Back with more Irish Championship Baseball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Looks like Owen Bellows coming into the game now for Royal Oak Shrine. Alba coming out of the game, and he could have been close to his pitch limit as well, but might as well get a new arm out there. You've had a couple crooked numbers put up from Sacred Heart Academy. 2 way back in the first, 2 moments ago in the 5th. Let me reset those innings for you. Back in the first inning, it was a ground out from Noah Zion, then a double from Tegan Duffy. He was drove in the next at-bat from Brady Davis with an RBI single. Then it was a fly out to right field for Siler, then an RBI double for Hank MacDonald to drive in that second run. Now you go back to the 5th inning. Noah Zion led off the inning with a walk. He had a sacrifice bunt from Tegan Duffy. A ground out to second base from Brady Davis moved Zion up to third base. Then had the RBI double from Siler. Then the RBI double from Hank MacDonald. Zade Bachelder Baller of the game brought to you by Wieferich Financial. With Siler's done on the bump, he's got to get the tip of the cap. He also has a run scored and an RBI himself, but a pair of RBI doubles for Hank MacDonald. What a game he has had. Brody Collin leading things off here. He led things off in the 4th inning, reached base via an error. He struck out back in the 1st inning, so technically 0 for 2 on the day, but he has reached base. First one's going to miss. Second one is over for a strike here to Brody Collin. Top of the 6th inning, Irish baseball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, Facebook and YouTube. Here comes the 1-1. That's going to be just a bit outside. Been watching some Major League, kind of always do in the baseball playoffs. Old Bob Uecker there, as that one was way outside. 2-1 the count. Here comes the pitch from Bellows. That's also going to miss outside. 3-1 the count. I'm kind of surprised they moved Alba out of the game. It was actually pretty darn solid, in my opinion, in this one. Just, again, a few timely big smashes there from Sacred Heart Academy, but 2, 3, 4, he did not give up anything against the Irish. That one's over for a strike now, 3-2. Digging back in is Brody Collin. Check swing or say went around. Strike 3. It's also in the dirt. Quick throw down. That will be the first punch out here for Mr. Bellows. And another thing, Bellows could be the number 1 here for Royal Oak Shrine, but you're now at the point where it is dire straits situation. Who cares if we've got a good pitcher going to the final? Let's just try and get there at this point as you trail 4-0 here in the top of the 6th inning with Jackson Moore stepping to the plate. He grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. In the 4th inning, he tried to move up Brody Collin with a bump, but kind of popped it up back to the pitcher. First pitch from Jackson Moore is going to miss, 1-0. Here comes the next pitch. It's also going to miss outside. 4-0. Sacred Heart Academy with the lead here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 4 runs on 6 hits. It's been a very clean game. Just one error out there for both teams. There maybe could have been another one way back in the first inning. That one's going to be over for a strike to Jackson Moore. The count is now 2-1 to the freshman. Moore steps out, steps back into the batter's box, looks down to Coach Hartman for the signal. Great breaking ball. A lot of movement on that one there from Bellows, but it's going to be a little too much movement as it breaks to the outside part of the plate to miss. 3-1 now the count. That's going to be over for a strike. Moore was ready to toss that bat and head to first base, but I've said the joke a few times this year. I always feel like whenever you try and toss that bat, you think it's going to be a ball. No, always wait to make sure that umpire makes that call. That one will be a strike 3 on the outside corner. That's the second punch out in a row. And what's happened is that thing's sweeping across the zone. It looks like it's outside by the time the catcher brings it in, but it's catching that outside part of the plate. That'll bring Maxim Boykin Lynch to the plate. Ready to rock and roll. They're actually saying Sean Murphy that's out there on the bump. So pardon me, that's Murphy out there wheeling and dealing. You got number 18 and number 13 with Bellows and him. So ready to rock and roll. Not sure who's back behind the plate. Pulled the game changer here at a moment to get things set. But as you know, if you're listening from Royal Oak, your boy is here for Sacred Heart Academy. Much love to those Royal Oak kids who've worked hard to get here as well. But yeah, your boy's a homer for that red, the green, and the white here today. As Boykin Lynch steps back in, 1-1 the count. Freshman's going to take that one as well. 1-2 now the count. And it does really appear that Murphy's got some great stuff on the mound. So I think that's what happened here in this situation is your Royal Oak Shrine, you get down by 4, and he says, you know what, we've got to bring this guy in to make sure he can hold things down. Can't give up any more runs than this, especially with Siler on the mound. Now we're going to say did not go around. 2-2 now the count. Boykin Lynch will get another opportunity at the plate. Here comes the pitch from Murphy. Great breaking ball, strike 3. Murphy strikes out the side as he comes into the game for Royal Oak Shrine. But is it too little, too late as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning? Royal Oak Shrine is down to their final 6 outs. It's Toby Graveline, then back to the top of the order for Royal Oak Shrine after this. We'll keep things right here. Much love going out to the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund. GNS Mechanical, hanging by a thread, the official embroiderer of the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Pure Plumbing, All Seasons Fireworks, WW Construction, The Diner, Block Electric Company, Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance Group, Dick Silva Auto Sales in Shepherd, Mount Pleasant Public Schools, Martinez Lawn Care, Bo Guaibanga and Bradley, Powell Frame and Collision, along with our friends at Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Woods Household Appliance, Wieferich Financial, Clark Modular Homes, The Bird All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, Gates Drilling and Service, and Barberry Law. You know we're coming to you from the Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. I also love the J&J Auto, Blocko Pools and Spas, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, and Bryce Updegraff. Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, our sponsor of Closing the Deal. Siler looking to close the deal out there for the Irish in this one. It is 4-0. He's only surrendered 2 hits through 5 innings. He has struck out 10 through those 5 as well. He has been utterly dominant. He also has 5 3-pitch strikeouts. Yes, 5 3-pitch strikeouts for Siler as he heads out here in the 6th inning for Sacred Heart Academy. First pitch to Toby Graveline is going to be a swing and strike, 0-1. Graveline was one of those 5 guys who went down via a 3-pitch strikeout in this one. Next one, check swing there. They're going to say he went around 0-2. And Siler only at 61 pitches right now, so he has got a long ways to go for that 105. If you're Royal Oak Shrine, you want to get some full counts a bit earlier to try and drive him out of the game, but he's got a lot left in the tank as he gets another punch out right there to start the 6th inning. Make it a number 11 for Nate Gator Siler. 4-0 the score. As they're tossing the ball around the infield, actually goes to the outfield there for a moment as Siler walks back to the top of the hill. Stepping to the plate now is Caden Barbado. It's the top of the order now for Royal Oak Shrine. Here comes the pitch from Siler. First pitch is going to be fouled back. Barbado has struck out twice in this ball game. Here comes the next pitch from Siler on the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Woo-hoo-hoo. Great pitch right there from Siler. Looking for his 6th 2-strike punch out here. 0-2. Siler waits, rocks, rolls. Just missing that outside corner. 1-2 now the count to Caden Barbado. On deck is Blake Archibald. He is struck out and grounded out to short. Behind them is Luke Robinson, who's grounded out to second base and doubled. Swing and a miss. Punch out number 12. Make it a dozen for Gator Siler. That is now 4 in a row as well as he struck out the final 2 batters of the 5th inning and has now struck out the first 2 batters here of the 6th inning. What a dominant performance from Mr. Nate Gator Siler. And you know there's always a lot of scouts down here at the state championship games. Boy, are they getting a show from Siler right now on the bump. First pitch is going to be fouled off by Archibald. Went into the catcher's mask. It looked like it might have ricocheted with Hank MacDonald and off of the umpire's mask. They're both a lot tougher than I am as they just kind of shake things off and get ready to go. And score update from the softball field. Everett still scoreless right now in their state semifinal game. 1-1 to Archibald. So that one misses. Luke Robinson is on deck. He would love to get an opportunity with a runner on base as he doubled his last time up. Great breaking ball right there. That one misses, though, and I do see here some noise coming from the softball field. We will check in on things there here in just a moment on Game Changer. Next pitch, this one's going to be popped way in the air. It's going to go foul. A run to count to 2-2. Siler Gets a new baseball, walks back to the top of the bump here. And Grass Lake has gone up on Everett 1-0. That's going to be another punch out for Siler. The breaking ball busts back over the zone. That's now 5 punch outs in a row for the second time today for Siler. He's got a baker's dozen. Why is it a baker's dozen? Well, so the baker can eat themselves a cookie as well. What a performance from Nate Siler as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're going to take another quick break and be back with more Irish Championship Baseball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're at the bottom of the 6th inning. I don't even know if the Irish need any insurance runs. Gator Siler struck out a baker's dozen. He struck out 5 on 3 strikes. 3 pitches, I should say. Due up for the Irish. Nico Vasquez, Noah Zion, and Tegan Duffy, number 9, 1, and 2. Nico Vasquez struck out his last plate appearance. He ran the count full, fouled off 3 pitches as well. So it was a great plate appearance, although it didn't result in anything big. Vasquez leading it off here in, top of the 7th inning here. First pitch is over, strike to Vasquez. This one put in play towards third. Nice play by Polton over to first in time for the out. Polton has had to do a lot of work over at his third base position, has done a great job fielding it. And since Sean Murphy came into the game, he's gotten 4 consecutive outs. Again, you wonder, is Murphy the number 1? Maybe your number 2 guy is Nate Alba, even though Alba's headed to play some college baseball next year. But some great movement on pitches for Mr. Murphy as he comes into the game. But it might be too little too late as Zion steps in. Zion technically 0 for 2 on the day. He's also drawn a walk and scored. Back in the first inning, he grounded out to first base, grounded out to third base in the 3rd inning. His next plate appearance back in the 5th inning, he walked and came around to score on the RBI double from Gator Siler. He's going to take that one as well. It's now 2-0. Top of the 7th inning, the Irish with a 4-0 lead. Siler has been dominant on the mound for Sacred Heart Academy, striking out 13 batters through 6 innings. He is 3 outs away from a complete game shutout in the state semifinals. Zion digs back in. He waits for the 3-0. That's going to be on the outside corner for a strike. 3-1. Now the count to Noah Zion. Here comes the next pitch. This one's going to be popped up out towards right field. Trying to go in and make the play at first base. Bringing in the catch is Luke Robinson. Nice catch there from Robinson going into foul territory. Pop up down the first baseline. That'll now bring up Tegan Duffy. Duffy technically 1 for 2 on the day. Last plate appearance, he had a sacrifice bunt. First plate appearance was back in the 1st inning. He had a double out to the berm in right field in front of the Red Cedar River and came around to score on the RBI single from Brady Davis was the next batter. He takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Duffy digs in. Here comes the next pitch. That's also on the outside corner, 0-2, quickly the count. The one good thing if you have a quick inning here for your Sacred Heart Academy is the way Siler's been rolling. You don't mind him getting right back out on the bump to try and get these final 3 outs. Here comes the 0-2. It's going to be popped up at the end of the bat. It's going to be a blooper. It's going to be caught out in right field by Graveline. A fantastic catch as he came in to make it near the infield. That'll take us to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Irish with a 4-0 lead here in the state semifinals. Nate Gator Siler is going to look to close the deal. Brought to you by our friends Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. We'll go with the other one here. He's also looking to put the nail in the coffin. Brought to you by our friends at Barry Funeral Home. It's 4-0 Irish with the lead as we get ready for the bottom of the 7th inning. The Irish went so quick on the top of the 7th, it almost seemed like, wait, hang on, yes, it is the bottom of the 7th inning. And this baseball game, and in particular for a state semifinal baseball game, is absolutely cruising. First pitch was at 9, and you can just barely see that clock down there in the bottom right corner if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. It's just 10:40. We are looking at about an hour and 45-minute baseball game here, and the way Siler's been pitching could even be shorter than that. However, it's the heart of the order. Coming up for Royal Oak Shrine, it's Luke Robinson, it's Sean Murphy, it's Nate Alba. Robinson has doubled in this game. Murphy's 0 for 2, Alba's 0 for 2. If either one of them get on, Owen Bellows would come to the plate, who has singled in this game. Final 3 outs for Sacred Heart Academy. Go around the dish. It's Siler on the bump. MacDonald behind the plate. Davis at first. Brody Collin at second. Jackson Moore at short. Noah Zion at third. Nico Vasquez in left. Tegan Duffy in center. Maxim Boykin Lynch out on the right. The first pitch to Luke Robinson is going to be over for a strike. Luke Robinson, last plate appearance, he did double. Actually, no, they're going to say that one missed. 1-0 the count. Nope, they're actually going to reset it. It was 0-1. That one also over quickly. 0-2 the count. Woo-hoo-hoo. Siler quickly back on the bump. The junior righty, the superstar, winds and deals. This one's going to be sent towards center field. This will be a base hit for Luke Robinson. What a big at-bat right there, an 0-2 count. And he gets the base hit to get the leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Just the 3rd hit of the ball game for Royal Oak Shrine. That'll bring Sean Murphy to the plate. He's grounded out to short and flown out to center field in his 2 plate appearances. Siler winds and deals. Breaking ball is going to stay high. 1-0 the count. Nate Alba on deck. Owen Bellows behind him. If you are Shrine, you still need a couple more base runners to bring that tying run to the plate. Here comes the next pitch. Big cut that time from Sean Murphy, but he can't catch up with the gas of the Gator. Siler steps back to the top of the mound. Again, holds that glove over his face right below the eyes as he gets the sign from Hank MacDonald. Check throw over to first. It's a good one. Diving back safely is Luke Robinson. Robinson knows you cannot get picked off in this situation. It would be an absolute disaster. Bottom of the 7th inning. Irish looking to close the deal. Brought to you by Bryce Updegraff, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. That one high. 2-1 now the count. If you're trying to buy, sell a home or property and you can't close the deal, well, you need to get a hold of Bryce and Joe, and they'll make it happen. Siler checks the runner at first. Winds and deals to the 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now the count to Sean Murphy. There's already been 13 punch-outs for Siler in this one. Stepping back in the box. Bunt is taken out of play. Well, I guess you're not going to bunt down 4 down to your final 3 outs as well. Murphy digs back in. Here comes the 2-2. It's going to miss on the outside. 3-2 now the count. And if you're Sean Murphy, you would love a walk here. We've had 2 full counts today with Siler. Both of them have ended in punch-outs. Here comes that 3-2. It's on the inside for ball 4. Moving up to second base is Luke Robinson. At first base, that could have plunked him as well. It was an inside pitch, but regardless, you have runners on first and second with Nate Alba coming to the plate. There is still nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Great leadership right now with Hank MacDonald. As Hank MacDonald comes out and have just a quick chat here with one of his best friends, Nate Siler. Again, football, basketball, baseball. Those 2 juniors have played together a ton regardless of the sport. Hank MacDonald knows just what to go out there and say to his buddy Siler to get him back in it here. Siler, first time today there has been multiple runners on base. That's how good he's been. We're in the 7th inning of the state semifinals. This is the first time Royal Oak Shrine has had multiple base runners in this game. Siler checks the runner at second, winds and deals. First pitch from Nate Alba, it's going to be fouled off. Our first pitch to Nate Alba is going to be fouled off. Owen Bellows is on deck. Grant Polton behind him. Bellows is 1 for 2 on the day with a single. Siler checks that runner at second base. Gets ready to wind and deal. Here comes the 0-1. That's just going to miss high. 1-1. Now the count. This is the third time through the lineup for Royal Oak Shrine. So you're getting a little bit more used to that 90-plus speed of Siler. It doesn't seem as insurmountable now. Check swing there. They're going to say he went around. 1-2 now the count to Nate Alba, who started this game for Royal Oak Shrine. Sean Murphy came in for him. He was really good, though, against the Irish, only giving up 2 in the first and 2 in the fifth. Here comes the 1-2. Strike 3, punch out for Siler. That is number 14 for Nate. Gator Siler here on this one. What a performance from the junior. And again, you look at the record books. The most strikeouts in a finals game is 15. But again, that only comes from the final. But right now, Siler has 14 strikeouts here in the semi-final. Now at the plate is Owen Bellows. They're going to say that actually plunked him. They're going to say that hit him. And I tell you what, that might have almost looked like I might have caught the bat, but Bellows, regardless of a little fake or not, I think MacDonald's looking back like, I don't know if that hit him or not. But now the bases are loaded with Grant Polton coming to the plate. Yeah, I was going to say, it did look like it hit the bat, as I hear Jeremy Wood here saying from Buck 92. And say if him and I both noticed that, we're probably right, as him and I kind of aloof with some stuff. But right now, getting together. But if you're Royal Oak Shrine, you desperately want that hit batter to put the tying run at the plate. They're all now getting together to see what the situation is here. I've got it ruled as a hit by pitch right now. It's getting erased on the box score right now. We'll see what the situation is here. But if you're Royal Oak Shrine, you desperately want this call to load the bases. You're still going to be in a tough situation with Siler on the bump and how dominant he's been here. And the other part is you're getting to the bottom of the order. So if Bellows does get put on, who would come up for Royal Oak Shrine? If it is 7, 8, 9, they've gone down all via punch-outs. And so not a terrible situation if you're Sacred Heart Academy, if these bases do get loaded here in this situation. And right now, Noah Zion, Hank MacDonald, Gator Siler gathered around the mound right now. All the umpires are gathering around each other right now. The one thing I will say, Grant Bellows, nice little acting job right there if that actually did hit the bat. He acted like it plunked in and it hurt him. And so waiting to see what the exact call is here. And so they will put Bellows on first base via the hit by pitch. And so the tying run is coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The bases are loaded, full of knights from Royal Oak Shrine. Gator Siler has got to try and close the deal. Getting some last-second encouragement from Earl Hartman. And Earl Hartman, who's been doing this for 30-plus years, think he's probably saying, there's nobody I'd rather have out here than you right now, buddy. Let's go get it done, Gator. Here we go. Drama on this Friday morning on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. The bases are loaded, full of knights from Royal Oak Shrine. Siler is on the bump. At the plate is the third baseman, Grant Polton. He's going to foul off the first pitch, 0-1. 4-0, Sacred Heart with the lead. But the tying run is at the plate. The bases are loaded in the bottom of the 7th inning for Royal Oak Shrine. There was only one out. Here comes the 0-1 from Siler. That's going to miss high, 1-1. 7, 8, 9. Two up. They're combined 0 for 6 with 6 punch-outs from Siler. Here comes the 1-1. That one's going to be fouled down the first baseline. Count now 1-2. Siler looking to close the deal. Getting more love. Bryce up the graph. Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty. And you think about that Wieferich Financial, Zade Bachelder Baller of the game. He has struck out 14 through 6 1/3. Make it 15 through 6 2/3. 15 punch-outs. And when I look at the record books, they don't keep track of semifinal records, but he has tied a state finals all-time record. Yes, down here at the baseball, the all-time state finals punch-out record, according to my MHSA book, is 15. He won't go in the record books because this is a semifinal, but he has matched that 15 strikeout mark. That now brings Adam Imai to the plate. First pitch over for a strike from Siler. And again, we'll have somewhat of a brief Bird All-American Grill post-game show after this one. I'm going to try and head down and talk with some of these guys as they get ready for the state finals tomorrow if they're able to close the deal here. Swing and a miss there. 0-2 now for Imai. Siler hoping for punch-out number 16 to end this one, to put the nail in the coffin. Brought to you by Barry Funeral Home. Here we go. Here comes the 0-2 from Siler. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 16 punch-outs for Nate Gator Siler to close the deal. The Irish win it 4-0 over Royal Oak Shrine Catholic. What a performance from the Irish all the way around. We're going to take a break here, come back with our Bird All-American Grill post-game show to talk about some of the accolades. We'll put a quick bow on this one, then head down, see if we can do some Facebook Live with the boys as well. Our final, Sacred Heart Academy 4, Royal Oak Shrine 0. The Irish moving on to the state finals tomorrow at 2:30. Back here at East Lansing. You know your boy is going to be here for it. Back with our Bird All-American Grill post-game show right after this.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. We have all seen this sticker, maybe in Mount Pleasant, Beale City, Ithaca, or Traverse City. There is a reason you see that sticker everywhere. That's because Dick Sova Auto Sales has been selling sharp used cars and trucks for 3 generations. Stop in to see the Sova family in downtown Shepherd for your next low-mileage, immaculate car and see why they're known for over 40 years of fantastic customer service. Or you can view their inventory now at DickSovaAutoSales.com. Dick Sova Auto Sales, selling sharp used cars and trucks and supporting sharp student athletes. Powell Frame and Collision knows we all spend a lot of time looking out the windshield. So if yours gets cracked, dented, damaged, or destroyed, Powell Frame and Collision, along with their expert collision service, now offers expert auto glass replacement. Working with insurance, they can replace all makes and all models, including new advanced driver assistance system windshields. Mention you saw this ad and you can get $100 off of your windshield replacement. Powell Frame and Collision, downtown Shepherd. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Woo, dippity dog! 4-0, Sacred Heart Academy, a winner over Royal Oak Shrine Catholic. Chris Spockman here with you. Bird All-American Grill post-game show. Going to be a bit brief as we got some guys that are going to be coming in to set up for the D4, the second D4 semifinal with Painesdale Jeffers and Marcellus. I think I've been calling him Painesdale Jefferson, pardon me for that. But story of this one, Mr. Nate Gator Siler. He struck out 16 of the 21 outs. Think about that. When you only have 5 putouts, that makes things pretty easy for the defense behind you. So when you think about that Zade Bachelder Baller of the game brought to you by Wieferich Financial, it's Mr. Nate Gator Siler. There's no doubt about it. He was that dominant on the bump. Again, you had the 3 base runners in the 7th inning. That was the only time that you ever had 2 base runners on for Royal Oak Shrine. It took them till the 4th inning to get somebody on, and it was just a double, a single until the 7th inning when he had a single, a walk, and a hit by pitch. But then it was 3 strikeouts in the 6th inning that kind of made all of that nonchalant, I will say. 4-0, the Irish win it. In 7. I guess I'm used to saying that because they've mercied so many teams this year. But what a performance from Siler. You slide things over. You think about that J&J Auto Collision Report. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, driller of the game. J&J Auto Collision Report, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Timber of the game, all those accolades. Got to be talking about Hank MacDonald. He had 2 RBI doubles, and when both of them came off the bat, you thought both of them might leave the yard. You also had Brady Davis with an RBI single. And trying to look at things here, everybody just scored 1 run, it looks like, for the Irish. But just what a performance from Hank MacDonald. 2 RBI doubles. Nate Siler goes 1 for 2 with an RBI double and a walk. Brady Davis 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Tegan Duffy 1 for 3 with a double and a sacrifice bunt. The Irish just got it done. Didn't have to play a whole lot of small ball because of that first inning. You had the double from Duffy, the RBI single from Brady Davis, and then the RBI double from Hank MacDonald. That's all the Irish needed. They were up 2-0 before Gator Siler even stepped onto the bump, and he didn't need anything more than that as he mows down 16 Knights of Royal Oak Shrine to help send the Irish to the state finals tomorrow. A 2:30 scheduled first pitch back here at McLean Stadium at Michigan State University. You know your boy's going to be there for the call. The senior, Brady Davis, the all-time wins leader for Sacred Heart Academy, will be on the bump. Congratulations to the Irish. They win it 4-0 over Royal Oak Shrine Catholic. We'll be back tomorrow for the state championship back here at Michigan State University.